Like, what are their kids' names?
So one of them's named Vivian.
Vivian Pitt.
Oh yeah, Vivian Jolie does.
Vivian Jolie sounds way better than Vivian Pitt.
Now, to be fair, one of them I feel like probably would work as Pitt. I think the oldest boy's name is Paxton. Paxton Pitt. I don't know actually.
No, that's a cartoon character. That's an Animal Crossing character.
He's not real.
Say it out loud.
He's not real. He's not real.
Oh, what's the other one? The black girl. Her name is the one that they adopted from Africa. Her name is like Zahara. So Zahara Jolie.
Why they play with us like that?
Zahara. Hey, that was her name when Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton's old ass. That's when they were together.
Oh.
Can you imagine Billy Bob Pitt?
That's
what I'm saying.
It's like a sentence. Billy Bob Pitt.
Pitt is a weird. I wonder if that's his actual last name. Because celebrities like Emma Stone changed her name.
Why would you choose that?
What did Emma Stone?
Unless it was like Pittsmith.
What was her name before?
Her name was Emily. Emily.
Emily's last name was Pittsburgh.
You said Emily like it was a whole new name.
Yeah, but it was like Emily. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh no, his last name was always Pitt. William Bradley Pitt. Oh, that's boring. So his actual name is William.
So his real name is Bill Pitt.
Yeah.
Bill Pitt. Bill Pitt.
I'm Bill Pitt.
Oh God. All right.
He's from Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Yeah, we're good.
We've been recording.
Oh, are we?
Okay.
Is this thing on?
It's on.
Is this our intro?
Yeah. No. I wonder if okay. Welcome to what episode are we on? 3, 4?
Well, 2 for us, but I think you did one.
Oh, so episode 3.
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to episode 3 of the Entertainment Panel. I am I don't know. I'm not the host. I'm just one of 3.
You're the host.
All right. I'm your host, Will. We'll pass it to my co-host to introduce themselves.
My name is Cameron. Cam.
Plug your socials.
Socials? I don't have any social media.
Lies.
Plug your Snapchat if you want to watch a 30-minute diatribe and then he logs out for 2 weeks.
I mean, you can add my Snapchat if you want to. It's DC Ferguson. If you want to, hear me.
Your ability to ghost people in real life in like real time.
If you want to hear me, talk shit about people that annoy me, movies, TV, get angry at straight people and white people, yeah, you can watch. Look at me on Snapchat. Next.
And I'm Joe. You don't have to follow me on anything.
Wow.
And you can follow us at the Panel Network. At the Panel Network. PANLE.
Assuming this goes up tomorrow, I want to be the first to say Happy Juneteenth.
Oh.
I feel I can represent the group in saying this.
We are out of here.
I can represent all 3 of us in saying Happy Juneteenth to everybody.
You know how hard it is to catch racism
on camera
and audio at the same time.
I have 2 black friends.
Zoom it.
Right here, baby.
1.5.
But I do have the day off work tomorrow.
I have the day off tomorrow.
Obviously I have the day off work.
Oh, yeah.
So I demand it.
I tried to request.
Okay, white man, what are you doing to show your appreciation?
For my cash app?
Happy Juneteenth.
Yeah.
I didn't have any more jokes prepared beyond the first one.
But you got money though.
This is money water now.
We'll be giving him our cash app, our Venmo, our PayPal.
He ain't gonna make it out. I let this dog out right now.
Oh my God.
Welcome to the 60s of reverse.
Brother.
Why don't we have the dog on the podcast?
Oh, why don't we have the dog in the podcast?
Yeah.
Because I don't have the dog in my house, actually.
You what?
I don't have the dog in my actual house. You see,
this out
the
here,
dog
doesn't exist.
And it's there.
Oh.
That's my house.
I thought this was in case your landlord was watching your podcast.
Yeah, I'm like,
that too.
Oh, yes,
There's
the
no
dog
dog.
isn't. And all of a sudden you hear, it's like,
what if she finds the podcast and says, I broke my lease?
This is how you go to jail.
It's probably not jail, but.
Show it in front of the jury. You hear the dog barking right now?
I've met her one time in 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
Everything's, twice in 10 years.
Remember when the ceiling fell?
Oh my God. Yeah, I do. I couldn't live here. Anybody live with you? It was wild. It was a terrible time in my life. Remember when I had a drinking problem?
You said it, not me.
God. Okay. Well,
Anyway,
And now we're rolling.
and now we're ready to go.
and welcome.
Welcome to the Entertainment Panel, episode 3. We'll get right into it. We just got done watching episode 4 of The Acolyte. And spoiler alert.
One of us also finished watching episode 3.
Spoiler alert, if you're going to... Yeah. Steve finished episode 3 while I sat here and rewatched it with him.
I have 5 other shows. Okay. Hey, this show, we can just make this show not appear anymore.
Just vanish into there, all Thanos.
Or I'll do what I
fine.
did to the last cast.
Wow.
Just replace you.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the new improved.
Oh my god.
If we're doing spoilers,
Yeah.
this would be when it'd be helpful if you put the tags on YouTube because then people
spoiler
can
tags.
skip ahead to the next topic.
I like to be spontaneous.
Skip ahead.
Because we're pretty much going to go through what happened in the episode.
Because honestly, I was watching the Midwest Millennial Moms podcast.
Yes.
Shout out to the ladies.
Don't do that.
Why not?
Because
I want them to know that
I'm gonna look like an asshole because I never shouted them out.
Well, you are an asshole.
I want them to know that other people are watching.
We see them. And they
I play it
see
for
us.
D.
Oh.
But anyway, and I watch it on my own. I mean, I'm not going to shy away from that either. I'm
Look
just
at
saying,
you.
I'll show her things.
I'm a
I'm like, look, they're talking
millennial
about Bridgerton.
Yeah.
But why did I bring them up? You made me lose my train of thought.
Wow.
I'm almost done here. I'm kidding.
Oh my God. I don't remember what I was going to say.
You collect that train of thought.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
They were talking about, on their episode 2 that I was watching today, they were talking about a show. I think it's called Under the Bridge.
Yes,
And
I saw that show.
And I have not seen it yet. And luckily, Brittany said spoilers ahead. And I'm like, oh, and I just started skipping ahead. But I didn't know when to stop skipping because there weren't chapters on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. See, then I
Okay,
could have just
so-
slid my finger right across the next topic. Luckily, I did avoid it. I heard
I'm
them
gonna
wrap
take a
it
word
up.
from this guy here. To be fair,
Wow.
That's
a camism.
I'm learning.
One
I'm,
of many.
I'm new in the editing thing, so what I've learned is only to do one shot, so I don't have to do too much editing. So now it took my 4-hour edit and made it into an hour.
Yeah.
So in that, now that I don't have as much work to do, I could do that.
That show stars the amazing Lily Gladstone, by the way. Oscar robbed by Emily Stone.
The one from
Under the Bridge.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Night-
She's in Under the Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Under the Bridge. It did what?
On Hulu. Lily Gladstone. She was the one that was nominated for an Oscar for Killers of the Flower
Oh,
Moon.
she was in it. I thought you said it stole something
Yep.
from. I was like, I don't
No,
think it was
Emily
up for any awards
Stone
yet.
stole that award from her,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
which is indicative.
Have you seen
of
Under the
society.
Bridge?
No, but I will start it though.
When you
I mean, I'm going to watch it because it sounded interesting. I heard them start to talk about it, and I'm like, oh, this sounds good. And then I skipped ahead.
I'll give you guys something to just to keep in mind. It's not going to ruin anything.
There's lesbians.
Whatever. But there are Jehovah's Witnesses on there. They do depict.
out.
It is a.
I'm out.
It's a big part of the storyline, like a huge part of
Do
the
you feel
story.
like
you
it's
in
a
it?
realistic prediction of Jehovah's
Is little
Witnesses?
Steven in it?
It's not a good depiction of how they do things.
Well, I mean, so like not good as in it's bad, or not good as in like
It's
Unfair?
It's
Yeah.
like the way that they portray them is kind of like if you let, I don't know, it's not even cosplay. It's okay. So imagine somebody did a biography of you and autobiography of you, and you had kids and whatnot, and they got the ages and the names of the kids mixed up.
okay.
And so, like, your 9-year-old son was now your 4-year-old, and your 4-year-old is now your 10-year-old, and it throws the whole context of the story off, kind of.
Okay, I see.
Because it's not factual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that made sense or not, but that's kind of how it. Because when you look at the actual story, it is based on a true story, and when you go to the actual true story and you compare a lot of how she was raised and how she grew up in that realm is why she did the things that she did. And if you don't understand, if you just take it off of what they say in the show, it doesn't represent it right. But either way, it's still a really great show. I binge watched the whole entire thing in like 4 days. So it was great.
Is it on Hulu?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. Yeah, it's definitely a must watch. That along with Your Honor. Those are two that you just can't miss.
Your Honor was a Showtime show that I think Hulu now has.
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix has it.
Yeah, I'm watching it on Netflix right now.
It was Showtime. That was good. But did you finish it?
What?
Your Honor?
No, I'm in the second season right now. I know. It's
You're
those
going to
are
be
the-
so upset.
I heard about. Well, the thing is like the podcast that I follow religiously, who does 3.5-hour podcasts, by the way, twice a week. Just
What is
saying.
that supposed to mean? He's trying to say we need to be here a little bit longer.
I bet they put chapters in. I bet they put chirons in there. I bet they put graphics in.
They got a
lower
guy that
thirds.
does all that. I'm a one-man band. It's different. But anyway, that
Title
shows
cards.
they actually do a lot. They cover shows that they're watching. So I'll get the synopsis of and how and in-depth, reactions to the shows before I watch them.
So do you already know that there was supposed to be a third season and it got canceled short? So
yeah.
it kind of ends with a bullshit
yeah.
So wait, you watch the reactions before you watch the episode?
Well, a lot of times I
You
get the
about to
show.
piss me
A lot
off.
of times I get the shows. I don't really pay a lot of attention to TV and stuff like that. So a lot of times I get the what's hot right now to watch from them, and then they'll say spoiler alert, and I'll just let that shit play through. I'm the type of guy who goes to the end of the book and then reads backwards.
reads it backwards.
Yeah.
Dee does that.
Yeah.
If she gets too nervous about what's going to happen, like if she gets too anxious about like if there's a suspenseful or a thriller, she'll just go to the end and she'll be like, oh, okay. And then she can watch it.
The point of the thriller is the suspense.
I know.
I'm not a suspense guy.
That's why I
I'm more
love
of a
thrillers and
I want to
suspense.
understand everything about it guy. So I'll go to the end. If I know how the story ends, then I can piece together the rest
Just
of the story
rewatch
even
it then.
better.
Just watch it a second time.
I don't. Too
Can
much
you
character.
imagine watching The Sixth Sense knowing the twist?
Bro,
Like just someone telling you, you're like, oh, cool, now I want to watch it. No, that's the whole point. is-
Brother, I grew up knowing from the jump that Santa wasn't real. I'm sorry.
what the fuck
That
did
got
you
to
just
do
say?
anything. What the fuck does Santa got to do with the?
That means that I don't really too much care for suspense and what's gonna happen.
Is there suspense
And
about Santa?
What'd
it's a
you say?
suspense about a suspense.
Stop it!
Suspense
You
about
shut your mouth.
Suspense about like, oh, what is Santa gonna get me?
You just
that type
broke,
of thing.
You just
I
broke
don't-
Joe's heart.
What'd
You
you
just
say
told
about
him
Santa?
Santa's not real.
What'd you say about Santa?
He's real.
That's
He's just messing with you.
Oh, thank God.
He's just messing with you. He's real. He's real. Okay.
After the Tooth Fairy, I wasn't going to let it happen again.
Yeah, your dad's still alive, right? Santa's real. I just saw him, right? The other day. Bald. My son, yeah, he's real.
You know what's not real, but what I wish was real?
What?
The Force. So the Acolyte.
Great,
Keep us on
segue.
track. We're,
Great.
25 minutes in and we're not even through our first topic.
12, but it's okay. But
So-
yeah, back to the Acolyte.
So yeah. What were your?
Well,
no,
I
that's
said it
what
right
your
after
thoughts
the
were.
episode ended. I said the first half of the episode, I was bored by it.
Mm-hmm.
The second half, I thought was a lot better when they were, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but when they're searching for somebody, and that's when it really starts to pick up towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then that scene at the end, the last like 2 or 3 minutes, were pretty awesome, especially the last like 4 seconds. And then you got so upset. Because
Because
it ends on a cliffhanger right in the middle of an action scene. Something crazy happens, and then it just episode cuts out, and Cam stood up. What the fuck?
bro, because my brain thought the cliffhanger. I was expecting cliffhanger, but I was expecting it to be into that scene, and then something else might have happened, and then it was gonna be a cliffhanger. I didn't know the cliffhanger was gonna.
I will be
happen
pissed
right
off
there.
though if they don't finish the scene. You know what I
It's
mean?
like a
if
flashback?
they no, not if it's a flashback, but if they do something where they just show the aftermath of the scene,
Oh,
and then they're all like trying to figure out what just happened. Like I'm gonna hate that. I want to see this scene play out as it would have played out as if this was in the middle of the episode. You know what I'm saying?
based on
Were you checking to see if I was recording?
Yeah. I had to.
And
It is.
based on a trailer that premiered, I think we're gonna get to see a lot more of that scene. I think we're gonna get to see a lot more of that.
see, that's why I don't like to watch trailers.
I am, and see that's why me
Because
watching
you-
that trailer, I was like, oh, we're here now, and then it was like ultimate blue balls.
Also considering the fact that the other episodes were 39 minutes and this one was 32.
Well, like I said, Joe, when it started, maybe
27.
27 minutes. If you count Disney having like 6-minute credits, like sure, shout out to all those people, but you can.
Nah, fast forward.
But oh hey now, we good. I mean,
But yeah,
Don't you ever in your life look at me
I
in
mean,
the eye.
that was getting kind of.
We good. Why you put your
We good
Janet
now?
Jackson voice?
We good
to
now.
talk
That
to
was
me?
kind of.
Pause. I just wanted to point it up to your mouth.
Point up to my mouth. I don't know. This was that kind of podcast.
There you go.
There we go. Is that better?
That's
I thought I just lost my headphone again. I heard it pop.
I did too. I got scared. I got so scared.
So
Anyways,
we're
yeah.
agreeing that it's better than episode 3, right? The entire flashback episode. Cam and I, while you were watching it, Cam and I were talking in the background, and we were like, this whole episode could have probably been just a 10-minute flashback. They didn't need to do a 30-minute flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they really just wanted to get to the point where they're like,
honestly,
hey, here's where she gets powers, she doesn't get powers, she potentially tries to kill the other one, blah, blah, blah. That, like...
I honestly didn't need the whole chase in the 4th episode. I didn't
Which
need
chase?
the whole tracking them down.
Oh.
I could, like, you could literally, like, fast forward
Yeah.
through 80% of that episode.
I mean, they could
And
have
I'd be okay.
We would have
spliced
got
together.
Basil
Yeah, that cute little thing.
Basil.
I'm gonna buy that merch. They could have honestly.
Don't shrug at Basil.
They
You
could have.
I was very
spliced-
disappointed when she didn't kill him on sight.
Well, because she changed. Well,
And slice him open like one of those fruits they have.
like a tauntaun, just cut him open.
I
Just
I,
use
Or like,
as a
or like they
shoe.
did Chewy's uncle.
oh,
They slit it.
we just guts just spilling out. No. I feel like they could have spliced together the
They had
third
him-
episode in this
They had
one.
him slump.
Yeah, they could have cut down the 3rd episode by 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And like
cut out some
That
of
could have all been
this
one
one.
episode, man.
Yeah.
The flashback and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but I do think even though these first couple of episodes have been mostly like the build, I do think now that we've gotten to the point where we've acknowledged that there is a big bad in it.
Right.
We've seen the past. We've seen how things led up to now. I do think now for these final 4 episodes,
do you
it's
think
going to be.
Do you think he is who I said he was?
No.
Here's the thing. I didn't at first. However, there's something about the flamboyancy of his like movements, like when he like even like the finger thing, the way he was moving his build. I'm like,
His build, yes. When they showed
it's a very feminine build.
when they showed him like in a distance on like the cliffside or whatever the hell that was at the end of episode 2. Mm-hmm. And then you mentioned who you thought it was in this episode. I'm like, okay, I do feel like they looked similar.
Okay, talk about
in
people-
terms of body size, but he's such a comical joke of a character.
Jar Jar Binks. Remember the theory about Jar Jar Binks actually being a real fucking badass?
Right,
But that was just a
always
theory. That's not a real thing.
But yeah, 2 people who haven't been in the same room together again.
But let's say
What are
the
you
Jar
about to
Jar
say?
Binks thing.
the dark guy.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say this was Jar Jar Binks. I was about to
young
get up
guy.
and leave.
They've never been in the same room together. And did you notice how irritated he got when she said the whole time when she was talking about I'm just gonna turn myself in? I thought that was just a ploy to see if he was gonna like flip out. I thought she was testing him to see if he was gonna flip out and use his powers.
Well, that would have been a good time to reveal. Like that would have been like he would have been like, "No, we're not doing this," and he just like cuts the thing and flips down, and then
No,
you know what I mean?
he
They're
did what
probably saving
he
it,
did
but
what
instead of
Cam
him just
said.
being like, "Oh,
He did what Cam
Oh,
said
no,
because
come
he
help
doesn't.
me.
He obviously doesn't want his identity known because he asked her. She was like, "Have you seen?" And he was like, "I haven't seen him. I haven't."
They're saved. I feel because now I'm sorry. I'm at the 70% where I think it's him
I'm
now.
80%.
Only because it's like
It makes so much sense.
They're
not in the same room
He
together.
was very pushy of her. Like he's like, no, he's like, no, you can do this. And it's like, yeah, he can just be fearful of, yeah, he could just be fearful
Put it by
of
your mouth.
whoever the Sith is. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like, because like even in episode 2, where she sort of like comes out of the alleyway to attack, wasn't it Kirim or whatever his name is, the guy, Manny Jacinto. He like counters her coming out like so smoothly and like pushes her up against the wall. And I'm like, you're pretty, agile for just some like goofy, I'm just a cool, hippie type dude. That like he's hiding something, bro.
oh no, I agree that he's hiding something, and I just don't think it's the same guy because doesn't it? Okay, think about that scene that we just saw that in episode 4, and we're all like, oh, this dude seems awesome. Like this was like really cool the way that he nonchalantly did. I don't want to say too much, but what he does in the whole like we're like, oh, this is wild.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't you think that would cheapen it if all of a sudden he's also the like goofy idiot?
No, because what did Palpatine do when they had him dead to rights? Palpatine said, "Oh no, please, no." Remember, he did that when they had him. Yeah, they do those things. Palpatine played literally like his entire life was behind the shadows, acting like this really nice dude that people loved, that people really loved, that people fucked with, and then comes out, he's the worst motherfucker on the planet.
But
I knew the minute I saw him.
But he wasn't playing a jokey like character that you laugh at who's like an idiot. Like he was still
he's playing.
This would be like the Jar Jar thing you said.
It's a very unsuspecting role, but think about the things that this dude be saying to her, encouraging her and leading her into the way to follow exactly what you can do. She was like, I don't think it's possible. He says, no, it's possible.
Well, that's why I think that he's involved for sure. That's why I think he's definitely. And
she don't even know why he worked for. Like, why do you even owe this dude? And he couldn't answer.
Oh yeah, because when they were walking on the cliff and he sort of like brushed past and he's like, oh yeah, and they were gonna like go over there. So like he was deflecting a little bit, and I'm like,
he led the way. He led the way the entire time.
Because he could sense.
He was like, yeah, it's there.
Through the Force, baby.
This is so obvious that's who it is. It's weird.
I will be. Here's the thing.
I'm gonna hate that.
I'll be happy if it's not, because that would mean that they, that I, fell for it. That I thought, okay, that might be. Because initially, I'm like, I just think it's just some Sith, right? That's somebody that we haven't even seen yet. But then I'm like, no, it's to be more of a mystery. It's got to be somebody who we know or who we've seen.
That could still be true.
It's no one affiliated with where she came from. That's for sure. Because they didn't use sabers.
And I thought, until, obviously he was with them today, I kept thinking it was Killmonger. I was like, because I don't trust him. I don't like him. So I want it to be him.
Now, the scene in episode 1, episode 1, when all the little kids are sitting there and the one guy, the main guy, what's his name?
Oh, Saul.
Saul.
Yeah, like the son.
Is asking them questions about like what they see and all that. And then that one kid is like, I see burning, I see whatever.
Oh, yeah, I see fire.
Was that supposed to be back in the past?
No, that was present.
That was present.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I was going to say, what if it's that kid?
That maybe girl.
Now you're reaching.
Well, because I couldn't remember where the timeline was in that
attack.
scene, because they have gone back and forth with the timeline.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe it's something where they planted the seed of, oh, this kid is evil.
Oh, it's that kid.
And now the kid has grown up to actually be evil. But that was still weird. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that kid could come back around somewhere. That kid who's like, I see fire, so. I see whatever.
They do a pretty good job of like the unsuspecting kid being the next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they've technically shown the kid, but they've probably figured we've forgotten about that kid. Like, I feel like that kid may come back somewhere.
If it was closer to the current, well, not the current, to like the prequel movies and stuff like that, I would have said that was the main bad chick from Obi-Wan. I would have said it was her. But since this is so far back in the past, remember she was a youngling that like that escaped and all that type of stuff. But I hope it's I guess fast paced going forward, because I feel like we have the threat now.
I wonder if anything of from the show is referenced in episode 1.
No,
it's way too far.
Yeah,
this is
But I'm thinking of like
100 years.
I'm thinking of the way that Anakin was raised or was picked off very late, and so was the main characters in this story. If there's a correlation between the two,
so there's this whole thing to bring up discourse from episode 3, there were a lot of people who were saying, oh, episode 3 sort of like makes Anakin seem weak or makes him not seem like the chosen one or something like that, which is completely false. But they were saying that because they created these twin sisters or whatever, right? That are supposed to be super powerful, that are going to they were trying to merge into one. But the thing is like when you try to create like the Force through like conception, there's always going to be twins, because one's supposed to represent the light side and the dark side is supposed to be like the whole thing with balance, right? But the whole thing with Anakin was because he was not born a twin, that's why he experienced both the light side and the dark side of the Force. So it was like, oh, he obviously grew to power, helped, bring a little bit of balance with the light side, but then obviously he got tempted by the dark side of the Force. The Sith rose up, that whole sort of thing. So people were just looking at this whole twin thing as, oh, if they were to merge, then that would be more of them being more like Anakin and possibly a connection like with the movies. But that would.
I was thinking about when they had Anakin in the Jedi Temple and they're trying to decide like, hey, are we gonna train this dude or not?
Yeah.
And I was wondering if anything was referenced back to maybe this story for it.
Because
that's all I was wondering.
It might be because remember they didn't want to train Anakin.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe they might have
mentioned.
mentioned a name or something. Oh, remember when?
So maybe this might be why they don't train Jedi, like if they're this age, because they look like they were about the same age as Anakin when they were telling them, no, he's too old for us to train.
Yeah,
so maybe this experience is like, this is why we don't train you old ass kids anymore. Because
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's gonna
exactly this
be
the type
maybe
of shit
some
that
reference
happens.
to it or something.
I mean, I don't want there to be.
I mean,
If there is,
no,
whatever,
I mean,
but I don't want there to be.
yeah.
Keep that fucker out of there.
Overall, dude,
Separated.
You're only 17. You won't be doing any time.
only the white man would bring in segregation.
It was a song reference.
And that song isn't about segregation.
It's about separation.
That song is about, I'm pretty sure that song's about like school shootings.
Cool.
Yeah. But
Well, let's progress
anyway.
the story.
So the next
But anyway,
subject.
so yeah, like you said, the last half of the episode was definitely better, like especially those last 4 seconds. So just hopefully they keep this momentum going through the rest of the show, at least through the next episode, because I'm sure there's going to be another slower paced episode going forward. But I at least hope episode 5 is like we're going to keep this momentum.
How many are there?
There's 8, so we are at the halfway mark
okay.
now, and we're actually at the part where all this is as far as all the critics have seen. So after this, everybody's going to be experiencing it brand new.
I get that. They wanted the critics to see that last scene, so they'd be like, "Oh my
Really
god!"
goop 'em.
And that would be the
Exactly.
last thing that they would think about before they write the reviews. Makes sense. Which makes me think that 5 is going to be what, another slow episode? Well, I guess not really, because it's going to start off with this.
Yeah.
Unless they pull another flashback.
And another reason they do that with critics is because of spoilers. So it might be episode 5, we might actually find out who it is. Because, they want to keep things close to the vest.
Reps.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I feel like, did we mention Shogun last week or talk about it? Not last week, but
Briefly,
last
because
episode?
did you finish it? Because I know that was a thing. That was why we didn't fully go into it, because you didn't finish the
I haven't
goddamn
started
show.
it.
And
How
you
many
haven't
seasons?
started it. It's only 1 season for now.
And it's because we did talk about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
That's exactly the subject we got into, because we said shows that are meant to be miniseries, and then they see the reviews or they see the viewership, and they're like, "Oh, we should do a second one."
I will say, Miss the main girl in it, Anna Sawai. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. Be looking for her in the future because she's gonna blow the fuck up. Like
She's the one who
amazing.
played the
She's the daughter.
Miriko?
The one who
Yeah.
Miriko.
Yeah. Oof.
Mariko. Oh my
Mariko.
gosh.
Mariko?
I feel
She's very attractive.
Look at you. Mm-hmm. Nasty.
Very attractive.
Nasty.
But I didn't realize. So my dad finished. I think my dad finished the season, maybe, or maybe he's right around where I am.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me, and I didn't know this, that I knew this was based off like an old movie or a book.
Yeah.
An old book, which I did not realize was based off a true story.
Yeah.
This is obviously from hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Things
So it's
are-
glamorized
yeah.
for Hollywood. Yeah.
But I had no idea that any of this was based on any reality.
Because if you, that's the unfortunate thing. Like if you go on the Wikipedia page, obviously, like it shows you when it's the real person that like highlighted. So literally, you could find out how it all ends for them if you just click their names. But I'm like, I don't want to.
And my dad is
I'm the
really
type of guy.
bad.
I'm like, I literally,
And you
as soon
would.
as-
You're gonna look it up
it's,
immediately.
I'm gonna look it up right now while you guys talk.
Bro.
And my dad is really bad at avoiding spoilers. If we're both watching a show and we're at different parts of the season, he'll be like, "Oh, did you get to the part where so and so died?" I'm like, "Oh my god, no, I didn't." "Oh, okay, so you didn't see that this and this happened?" "No."
Like stop it.
Stop talking. "Oh, well, it's not really a spoiler. It's just the fact that, because you think this is going to happen." And I'm like, so with Shogun, when he told me it was a real story, he's like, "Yeah, it's a true story." I'm like, "Wow, it's crazy." He's like, "Yeah. Like the guy who did this and ended up doing this, that really happened." And I'm like, I haven't seen that yet. He's like, "Well, I mean, it's a true story. So like, but I'm just saying, like, that's what's," I'm like,
Do you know which episode you're on? Or how far you
episode 5 or 6. Episode 6. It's called like Women of the Worlds or something. The episode title.
I need you to hurry up and get to the second to last episode.
I was on vacation.
Second to last episode
for a week.
Phenomenal.
And we weren't watching shows. So
stressing me out. You're stressing me out. Were you trying to find spoilers for it?
Nah, I wasn't doing all that reading right now.
Wow. Either way,
look how white people treat vacation like it's just such the biggest chore.
No, I'm just saying. That's why I haven't gotten through my episodes.
With my family.
You need to
like we can relate.
Whoa. Even though my mom's going on vacation without me.
Where's she going?
With my mom, my brother, and my niece are all going to Vegas. She's like, oh, well, I know you're busy with work, so that's what I said. Oh, okay.
Damn, she didn't even ask you.
All right, well, have fun. Have fun on your Vegas road trip.
Road trip?
No, not road trip.
Oh, God, that'd be awful.
It's me being dramatic.
That's a long drive. You've done it?
Arizona maybe 7 or 8 times.
Gross.
Yeah, that's awful.
Disgusting.
I mean,
that's a boring drive, I would imagine, right? You're just driving through the plains.
It's so weird. Whenever I did it, I just was like, I just want to get through this so I can live the rest of my life. That's how it felt. It was just like,
that's a bad drive.
You don't even remember it. It's all like a blur.
No, thank you. Unless
The worst part was Oklahoma and Texas.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And Iowa, I think you go through Iowa maybe, and Illinois, a lot of Illinois.
Well, I know you passed through a couple sundown towns.
Oklahoma was probably like the worst part of it. It was like eating the same food for 30 days straight.
Was that you that I introduced the term sundown town to?
Yeah, it might have been.
Yes. You know
I know.
Right?
Yeah, Hobart's a sundown town.
Which is wild to me because I'm like...
You can't wear ripped jeans at Cagney's.
It's weird because when I drive through certain parts of Hobart in the daytime, I'm looking and I'm like, I can see this being a sundown town.
You're racist.
I could see it. Like I stopped at JJ's Pizza and I'm like, I feel like I'd get lynched around here, but
they drew us in for the chicken. Hope we get there when the sun goes down.
Anyways,
you want some pizza, boy?
Oh my god!
You want some pizza and chicken, boy?
You what's Ren Fair? I don't know what that is.
Right now, boy.
Yeah. So you guys have seen Tiger King, obviously.
Yes.
So Ren Fair is. I've only seen episode 1. There's 3 episodes. I've only seen the first one so far. But I've heard it's very, and I agree with it through 1 episode, is very similar to Tiger King, where it's a reality documentary, I guess. It's a documentary, but just like Tiger King, it was like very dramatized. Is that
dramatized?
We got to give him extra shit when the white man do it. Sound it out, motherfucker.
And it's like these people are absolute characters. Like they don't seem like they could possibly be real people.
I love that.
And the way they act is ridiculous. But it's all about this Ren Fair that takes place in Texas, and I guess it's the largest one in the U.S. or something. And this guy who's 86 years old, somewhere in his 80s, he's about to retire, and all these other people who have been there for a long time are all fighting over who's going to like take over. And so it's like they make it seem like it's like they literally like they show a person and they give him like a little title card and they put a thing around him and it's like contender 1, contender 2. You know what I mean? Like they play it up like cartoonishly almost. And it's like a guy who's called like the Lord of Popcorn because he runs a popcorn stand. And then there's another person who does this. And they've all been there for like 20 to 30 years. And they're all arguing and infighting. And this guy who's in his 80s, he is so bizarre. And this Ren Fair is so big that he ended up creating a town. Like it was so large. And they created a whole neighborhood of houses for all the people who work there.
It's giving
that they eventually were able to somehow like legalize it or as their own governing body. Yeah, annex it as their own. And they're their own governing body now. And they are a town. So he is the mayor of like Ren Fair Town. And it is bizarre. And
this feels like a plot.
Where can I see this?
This is on HBO Max.
So I got to pay for this.
Don't you have my HBO Max?
I know a guy who's got a login.
You have my HBO Max login.
You don't have kids to spend money on. So I think I might.
Yeah, you have my HBO Max. I'll hoard it out to the both of you.
ICAM Ferg 33.
Whoa. I
don't remember what the password is, but
giving out my email, I'm gonna get weird things into my email.
But it's wild. And the guy, he says he has 9 more years to live. He says he's already marked out his death date.
What?
He's going to go to Sweden and he's going to have them kill him on the certain day that he wants. And his dream is to go out with being fucked to death. He wants to be fucked to death by a woman.
I beg your pardon.
He says,
I approve of this.
He says the day that he stops getting erections, he's dead. Like that's when his life is over with. So he's constantly taking like Cialis and all these drugs, and he's taking all these meds.
Here we go.
To make sure he can stay hard all the time.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The guy is bizarre.
Here come that sponsorship again. Here we go.
He hired like
Sponsored by Blue Chew. Can your dick get hard? Can it stay hard? Would you like to chew something blue so you don't get blue balls?
How many chews in are you today?
Oh my god. Oh my.
Again, brought to you by Blue Chew.
Ew. Ew.
He hired like this is all in episode 1, obviously, but he hires like a 25-year-old kid to run all his dating sites. He's on sugar daddy sites. Because he doesn't give a shit. He's got so much money, he's willing to pay some 30-year-old to be, his wife or whatever.
His sugar baby.
He's like, hey, Steven, whatever the kid's name is. He's like, how many sites are we on? He's like, oh, we're on 11, sir. He's like, all right. And the kid's just sitting there like, just swiping and making profiles.
Jesus H. Christ.
It's pretty funny. But yeah, HBO Max, recommend it. It's just bizarre. And I love it.
Oh my God. Low key, since you're doing the, I might as well bump that up there in terms of recommendations then, because I'm going to get the both of you to watch this TV show so that way it doesn't get canceled and I can get a season 3. Okay.
So it'd be like that sometimes.
Because season 2 is coming to an end in the next 2 weeks. And I need to have a season 3.
I was looking for the censor button so I can ask you.
What? No, I don't. I mean, he's got a lot of money. You would.
You would, actually.
You would.
The guy?
Yeah.
For how much?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Everything's got a price. How old is he?
Anytime somebody asks me that question, how much? I'm like, listen to who you're asking.
86?
Please.
I'm gonna take that out.
Oh, so that were okay. Well, listen, I want you guys to watch this show. Okay, it's Interview with the Vampire. Please bear with me because it is on AMC, which means it is something that no one has or watches.
Is it on Hulu though?
It is unfortunately not on Hulu.
Oh my God.
What happens is after all the episodes come out, they drop it on HBO Max, and they don't tell anybody. They're dropping HBO Max. So they don't advertise this show. This show, season 1 has like a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. Season 2 has a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is a very critically loved show.
Give us a
but
synopsis.
Nobody's watching it.
What
Okay.
show is it?
I think you did say it. I think you said it
twice. Is it the Blue Chew? It's called Interview with the Vampire.
Oh, you did say that. Yeah.
Yes. So it's based on a movie, which is based on the book. I was telling them earlier. The movie had Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. It came out in like 1995.
I can't believe I've never heard of it.
And the book came out way before that. It's that chick, Anne Rice.
Is this a vampire show?
It is a vampire show. Not only is it a vampire
What
show.
gave it away?
Yeah, the title, Interview with the Vampire. But
what do they do? Ask it questions?
So, first of all, I might lose you here, but it's fine. They race bent the main character.
They what?
Race bent the main character. As in the character was written as white, but in the show,
Canceled.
it's the character is
and I'm
black.
out.
That is
But here's
not
the
what
thing.
I thought race bending was.
Your mind's somewhere else. So anyway, so it's about this guy. His name's Louis. Yeah, Louis. It's like in the 1930s. It starts off in like the 1930s, whatever, right? He's this black guy. He meets this very charming Caucasian individual named Lestat. Okay, Lestat is a vampire. Lestat turns him into a vampire. It gets a little bit fruity But it's fine. Stick with me. Stick with me.
Which I imagine was also not originally like that.
It was in the books, actually. Yeah, it was in the books. In the movie, because it was the 90s, they were scared to do that. And Tom Cruise, he's a Scientologist. He don't play that shit. So he said, I'm not doing that. But in
But I
the
bet
books,
little Cam imagine that.
in the books,
Tom
it
Cruise
was.
and Brad Pitt.
Listen, I don't want to imagine that. Don't do this to me. But
Little Pit Cruise.
But so in the books, there's this character named Claudia who's like this 14-year-old girl, right? And she's dying. So they turn her into a vampire. And you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to create an immortal child. So it's the three of them running rampant, just fucking killing. Oh, no. But she does. There is this line in the TV show because obviously she's a child vampire, right? And years are going on, but she's still in the body of a child. And so she gets angry at them at one point and she says, well, which one of y'all are going to fuck me? And they both just look at her like, no.
So is this a comedy?
No, it's not, but it's fun. It is funny. It has funny moments to it. But it's, so you're following them through the years, like their weird dysfunctional relationship. And just them trying to like move throughout New Orleans or whatever, right? And
New Orleans, nice.
Yeah, New Orleans. And it's, like I said, it's very good. It's very gory, too, obviously, because it's a vampire TV
Are they eating
show.
niggas?
Yeah. Cops 2, which made me very excited. That's
Bacon.
very excited.
Bacon.
But it's just,
Oink, oink.
it's an entertaining show. The entire first season's already on HBO Max. Like I said, season 2, it's a time jump. So I think they're like in the late 60s, early 70s in Paris.
But they don't age because they're vampires.
Exactly.
Makes sense. That's actually kind of cool because then they could change settings, locations,
They did
other
have to-
characters around them.
They did have to recast the girl, though, which kind of made me sad because the new actress is great, but the actress in the first season, she was like amazing. And originally that was a role played by Kristen Dunst. What happened?
Why?
Why was she really good? Or why they recast her? Oh, just because she was aging out of it. She's supposed to be playing a 14-year-old girl.
So what happens when there's a season 5?
Well, I don't want to spoil this. I mean, it's books, it's movie. I don't want to spoil it, but use your imagination as to why they're not going to be recasting that much for this character.
Wow, spoilers.
Again, it's a book, it's a movie, it's out there, okay? It's out there. But I didn't say how it's going to happen. I didn't say why it's going to happen. But just, he asked. What was I going to say?
Guess I'm not watching it now.
No, you should still watch it.
All the stakes are gone.
No,
No pun intended. Vampire
brother.
stakes.
Oh, brother. Either way, it is very good, okay? It is very, very, very entertaining. Wow, you didn't have to give him that.
Thank you.
You didn't have to give him that.
Thank you.
You didn't have to give him that. I just need you guys to watch it because I need season 3. And if I don't get season 3, I'll blame the both of you.
Okay.
I will definitely show my wife the trailer.
She would love it.
She probably would. As you're talking about it, I'm like, she's going to love
really
this.
love the show.
I guess Steve's done. So
Like, hello? Like, just getting up?
you
We're
got an
professional.
energy drink for me over there?
Exactly.
Because I'm sleepy. You got a Blue Chew for me? Because I'm sleepy.
Ew.
I took a blue chew and one day I got a foot.
Where,
All right, let's
Anyways.
talk. Actually, this is probably a good time for us to talk because
Exactly.
I feel like Steve doesn't watch the reality shows that we watch. Probably any of the ones I listed.
he probably would watch one of them I see on there.
So I listed a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect Match season 2 just started. I don't know how many episodes are out. Dee and I started watching it. I think we're 2 episodes in, maybe. I'm a fan of that show.
I need to
I just
watch it,
love
bro.
the awkwardness because, Steve, I'm sure you don't watch it. Perfect Match.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I watch all those shows.
Really?
The only one I haven't seen is The Circle. I've seen MILF Manor.
Of course he has.
MILF Manor was my favorite.
Of course it is.
I think
Look at
I told you about MILF Manor.
Okay, so I didn't realize this, but now that I'm looking at what I
I
have,
actually follow one of the girls from MILF Manor.
Of course he does.
one of the girls,
he
one of the mothers.
Yeah, the blonde, the one.
He said the blonde. There's
Oh
multiple
God, you would.
Yeah.
She was the worst.
She was the best.
No, the Hispanic one.
No.
Oh, she was the best with the son Jose. The
Yeah.
son's name was Jose. I don't remember
Yeah.
the mom's name.
I just almost made a pun.
The mom was so hot. They're
But-
actually. Honestly, most of the moms were attractive, but not that one. Not the blonde you like.
You
You
would
know
have
the one that worked out.
You would have
She
had
just
to
had
cut that
people
out.
that just didn't like her. That's all it was.
would have had to cut that out.
Anyway,
She
so
had
perfect.
strong mega energy.
Did you? Yeah, it's okay.
Strong.
All she does is post workout videos.
With
Was
her
she
MAGA
working
hat
out
on.
the Capitol?
So you've seen the first season of Perfect
Where
Match,
was
right?
she on January 6th?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first season, I thought in the first season they said that this show was like a waste of time because there's no way you're gonna find your perfect match in such little time.
Well, did you start season 2?
No.
Yeah, it was a waste of time. Do you want to know what happened?
Well, I know that at the end of the show they were like, "I'm not gonna move," and he was like, "Well, I'm not gonna move," and then they were like, "Okay, well,
You talking about Dom in Georgia?
yeah,"
I don't remember that part, but
and they're the ones who won.
they did win, and I thought they were really good. I liked both of them. I liked
And the other
Dom.
couple got married, right?
Oh gosh, Joey and
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I didn't really care who won. I just liked the awkwardness
I do
episode
like
to episode.
the awkwardness is really cool because look. Sorry, I want to fuck her.
Yeah, right. And then someone else comes in and they're like, oh, or like when they would have it where they would be in the room doing the matchups and they're like, I think I want to switch.
See?
And I'm like, what? But yeah, I didn't care who actually won. I wasn't like invested in who's going to win the show. I didn't care about that. I just liked episode to episode. But what I was going to say is, so Dom and Georgia won. And I thought Dom was like awesome. Like he seemed like the most normal, down to earth, like.
I even followed him. That was my first time seeing him. I seen him in some other stuff too. And everybody loves the guy.
Yeah.
Social media loves the guy.
He
But
is.
I heard he's been a dick on this show.
On season 2.
Yeah.
Well, the reason he's on season 2 is because immediately, no, I don't know if immediately, but sometime after season 1 ended, Georgia cheated on him.
Oh, they actually really dated?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They actually dated, and then she cheated on him with a guy who's on season 1. Or, I mean, season 2. I mean, season 2. The guy she cheated on Dom with is now on season 2. Then she got with someone else and then cheated on that guy with, oh my God, it's a rapper. I can't remember what rapper. God damn. I can't remember who it
21
was.
Savage.
No. I'm going to look it up. You guys talk.
Bryson Tiller.
All right. I mean, we're just like right in the middle of the cliffhanger.
I mean, what I
Well, I
want
guess it doesn't really
the thing
matter,
is,
but-
the main reason I'm excited to see it is because my favorite demon is on that show. The guy from Squid Game, The Challenge. I think his name's like Brighton or Bryson or something.
Oh, God. He's
Brighton.
the worst.
Did you watch Squid Game, The Challenge?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember which one
He's
it
the
is.
black dude that kept making everybody cry.
Kept ever making everybody cry.
There was like the episode where they were lining up to get ready to do the challenge where like someone like walks in and they have to rush to touch the sign to say who gets the triangle, square, all that, right? And as they're sitting down in the waiting room, I think it was like one of the girls, one of the guys starts crying and everybody's comforting them. And he's looking over, he's going, why are you crying? What are you crying for? Nothing's even happening. And he's like, the entire show, he was a dick.
You didn't watch it?
Absolutely.
I did. I'm just trying to remember who it was.
He's this black.
He was like 323, I think was his number.
The very first episode, one guy, him and some guy almost gets into it. And so they're like walking next to each other. He stops him. He's like, listen. He's like, no, because you're like this jock, this bro type. He's like, listen, after this show, I will fuck you up. And he was not a nice person by any means, but I love evil characters in reality shows. So when I heard he was going to be in the perfect match, I said, oh, I have to.
And
I
he
thought
sucks.
I thought he already was, but it was another guy. He's a type, and there's certain they had his type in the first one.
Bro,
He sucks. Season 2, I'm like, oh, I wonder if he was just playing up for Squid Games. No, he really sucks. He's fucking brutal.
Bro, I've gone to his social media. That is exactly how he.
I just saw his Instagram. I seen all I needed to see.
And it was the rapper was Tyga.
Oh, that
She
poor
cheats. She cheated on Dom with a guy who's on season 1, and then cheated on him with Tyga.
I get it.
You get what?
Tyga makes hits, man.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm actually disgusted with her because it was Tyga.
And I liked her a lot. She seemed like a cool chick
Yes.
too. They seemed like the most down to earth couple that was on the show. Like, and then
I know they
chaos.
say like, cheating is more than a person's looks, but girl, love yourself a little bit more. Why the fuck you fucking Tyga?
The Circle, Cam and I are big fans of.
10 out of 10.
Circle's really entertaining. There's
10 out of
like
10.
7 seasons,
Bro.
6 seasons, and different countries have seasons. I think Mexico, Australia, England.
Every season, I feel like you and I are the only
Whose
ones.
headphones are
It's the responding to
crack-a-lackin'?
the phone frequency.
Every season, I feel like you and I are
Throw
the
it
only one
out.
that watch it. Yeah,
Throw your phone in the trash.
Throw your phone.
You trying to play something? What you trying to play?
I was gonna play some Tiger.
Disgusting. Of course.
The Mole is a really fun show.
That comes back.
That's where Dom came from, right?
Yeah, he's from The Mole.
God.
Have you seen The Mole?
When does
Yeah.
The Mole come back?
The Mole. So I used to watch it when it was on TV in like the early 2000s with Anderson Cooper as the host.
Right.
I actually like that a little bit more, but I mean now obviously there's so many more advancements. The production is way better. But it was really cool in the original ABC show, which I think lasted like 4 seasons. They started doing some celebrity seasons, and I think people started to lose interest with celebrities.
Next week it comes back.
Next week?
Next week.
Hell yeah. But they used to do a lot of cool things where, like in the ABC show back in the day, they would put little Easter eggs in all the episodes. And they still do it. But the cool thing was in ABC show, they would put every episode would have a little Easter egg somewhere, maybe more than once. It could be a couple times per episode. And it would reveal who the mole was the whole time. So if you're paying attention, you would see like, oh, this flag is a flag that country from that person's from, or these numbers line up to their birth date, or like the zip code is on the back of this bag and that's the zip code of the person who's the mole, blah, blah, blah. But in the ABC show at the end, they would reveal it and they would show all the little clues. And I remember like my family would watch it and we would record it on a VHS and we would go back and try to watch the episode and like pause it and like look for clues and stuff. So then when it came out again on Netflix and I told Dee that they do this, she was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So the whole time we watched the new season on Netflix, she had a pen and paper and she was taking notes. And like, even after we would watch the episode and the next day she would like go back and rewatch the episode and take more notes because she really wanted to figure it out before I could, like who the mole was.
I love the dedication.
And then by the end of it, she was wrong. But her notes didn't lead up to anything. But she was like, but then they never reveal.
Look at the way you tear her down after building
You're
her
like, it was for nothing.
So but she still never got it, and she'll never get it. She'll never, ever get it, ever.
So dumb. But by the end of it, they
just
never
a
revealed
woman.
any of the clues. So she was so upset. But then I went on Reddit, and then people were able to figure out the clues, and they posted them. But like, why didn't the show ever post them? That was so stupid.
I hope they fix that for season 2 because that helps with engagement, I think.
Yeah, and rewatchability because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I didn't notice that, and then you're gonna go back and watch it.
Bro, I'm so excited for season 2.
But
When I
that's
was
the only
looking up-
critique I
yeah.
had about season
The only
1.
one I haven't seen is The Circle. I haven't seen The Circle. I've seen Ultimatum. Ultimatum's coming back. They got a whole bunch of Love is Blind in different countries. I don't necessarily watch those.
I don't.
Like the
I
South African one's supposed to be lit, but I'm not gonna watch a bunch of Africans.
They're South Africans.
Well, I'm not gonna watch them just like bicker with each other because why? But anyway, the Ultimatum's got one that's like it's like a same sex ultimatum.
Yeah, the lesbians.
Oh yeah.
That was really good. I think they're doing another one of those. The lesbians, they got it lit way more than just the regular ultimatum.
I just
You
like the
can't-
awkwardness.
You can't do an ultimatum with just gay guys on there.
On the last one, did you see the ultimatum with the girls, just the girls?
No.
Okay, there was a girl on there named Aussie, and every time Aussie would come on, I would do a third world country. Aussie don't like this. Aussie don't like this.
So shit. He's so shit.
You would just do it to yourself? You'd just be watching?
Me and Brittany would watch it together.
Oh, okay.
Bro. It
And
made more
would just
sense for
laugh
me.
our asses off at the Aussie.
It made more sense for me for lesbians to have that because like they get into relationships like marriages like so fast.
That's stereotyping.
So I was
now.
like, no, that is a thing. That is a thing. They get into relationships. They move in so fast with one another.
You the one with the flag. I'm not. So.
Yeah, but listen, exactly. I'm allowed.
All right.
So that's why I said I feel like if it was the reason why they haven't done one where it's a bunch of guys because they wouldn't find couples. They wouldn't find gay couples.
They would just ignore the rules.
Bro, like they'd be like by the end of the first episode, everyone would have fucked one another, and they'd be like, "Well,
We
we
ran
can't
out
do
of
this show."
condoms.
If you talking about if it was
Slow down.
If it was just all guys, they would not be able.
That'd be a nasty show.
They would all know each other.
That'd be a nasty,
That's the other thing.
a nasty
They'd be like-
frothy show.
They would have to research. Scientists would come in. They're like, wait, we got to research
They
this.
would all
Just
know each other.
blacklight the entire cast and crew and
Bro,
the entire set.
You go to Chicago.
It'd be like some of those Chicago bathhouses. I don't know if you've ever heard of those. It'd be something like that. Just a filthy place where the absolute
Frothy
absolute
froth.
grossest ghouls that you can find in the city visit.
Just
Something
froth
like
on the walls, just growing like moss.
just filthy.
Froth. Everything.
All right, it's still June. Okay, it's still June. All right. Anyways,
Because I'll go.
no, you go to Chicago Pride, you throw a quarter, you see somebody you know.
So the Midwest millennial MILFs mentioned that
I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say that.
isn't that MMM? Isn't that what that stands for?
You wrote it down. Expose yourself.
They mentioned
Not that way.
jury duty,
Okay.
Oh, they
real
did.
life jury duty.
Yeah.
But then that made me
Oh,
think
yeah.
of the show Jury Duty, which is that a reality show? I mean, I guess
that's
it
a
is,
reality
right?
show. That's a reality
What
show.
a great show.
Did you ever watch Jury Duty?
No.
You know what it is,
man.
though, right?
Yeah.
You got to watch it.
HBO,
It's so
right?
good.
Amazon. Freebie.
Huh.
It's this weird. It's like an extension of Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's
weird.
So good.
There still hasn't been anything about season 2. Like, come on now. Like, I feel like momentum's gonna die.
I mean, we talked about this off camera, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they really should have, and maybe they did. They really should do like several seasons in the can before
Back
they
to
start
back.
airing them. Because once the gig is up, like that's it.
Bro, like,
You can't keep tricking people with that. It's it's like any of those shows. I mean, at some point, the general public is like onto it. And
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, we know what this is.
I just
Where's
hope,
Ashton? I'm being punked. That type of thing.
I just hope that
Like Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
I just hope that it hasn't been soured by James Marsden, because
Yikes! That's a yikes.
Let me look up. Yeah.
you
James Marsden?
you- with the Nickelodeon
Him
thing
sticking
with
up
Drake.
for
Yeah.
Which one did he stick up for?
He stuck up for the pickle guy.
He looks like privilege.
Oh, Pickle Rick.
Yeah, he stuck up for the pickle guy, which hopefully, I mean, the thing is, which a lot of people said, like in the article, they weren't told what they were speaking up for. They were just told that, like, they were saying that the guy would call, like, yeah, there was a situation where, I met this guy out at the club. He told me he was 17. He told me he was 18, but he was actually 17. Like, they were going around lying, saying that. So he was like, yeah, he's a good guy. They didn't tell a lot of these people what the full extent of what he was doing is. But it's funny because on the flip side, I said, well, if I don't know what fully happened, I'm not sticking up for you about any goddamn thing. You better ask somebody else. But, again, it was the 90s or early 2000s.
And how many of those things do you think are influenced by the fact that this guy was a high profile TV show creator?
Yep.
And these actors are going to be like, well, I want to be on his good side.
Exactly.
I don't want to. If he comes to me and says, hey, will you write a character statement? Is that what it's called? Character statement from you. And I say, I don't really want to say that. I don't want to like stick up for you. Then you're fucked.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see it being a power dynamic thing too, where they feel like, fuck, I better just do it. And like you said, they probably don't even know the extent
What
of
they're
it. They're
doing,
being
yeah.
told probably the lightest version of it to
Not
get.
that he was diddling Drake Bell
But
in his sleep.
some of those people did come out afterwards and say like, "Oh, I recant what I said. I didn't know. I take it back." And I feel like
James
for
Marsden
those
hasn't
people-
said a goddamn.
yeah, but then when you don't come out and say like, "Oh, I didn't know that. That's fucked up. I would have never signed." Then it looks bad.
Bro, Sonic 3 is coming out. I need him to say something. Okay, I'm excited for that movie.
Speak now.
Okay, or forever hold your goddamn peace.
I don't watch cartoons.
It's not a cartoon. It's a live action CGI hybrid movie.
Actually,
Exactly. I don't watch cartoons.
It's a live
You watch Star
action.
Wars. That's CGI.
yeah, you fucking nerd.
Exactly. That fucking otter you just saw on the screen a second ago.
You watch Star Wars,
Jar
you
Jar
bitch.
Binks. Jar Jar Binks was a cartoon. You think that was a real person?
Based on a real story.
It's not real, you
What is it?
idiot.
Based on a real story. Don't mention the racism because that's
The Jamaicans.
Shut the fuck up.
Misa Jamin.
Christ. Oh my God. And then before I start talking about, because this is going to lead into something else with the TV show The Boys, do you want to mention the Netflix thing since we were already on the subject
Oh
of Netflix?
man, y'all seen that trailer for "Tell 'Em You Love Me" on Netflix?
No.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna be sensitive because I understand that you have, but it was this lady
That you have what? Who are you talking
You
about?
know,
looking at.
you know how we're not supposed to use the R word around
Right.
you and stuff like that. I'm gonna be sensitive
Around
because
anyone, but yeah, go ahead.
What are you? Oh my god!
We got words he can't say.
Edit
so.
me out. Edit me out.
Anyway, so
edit me out.
It was
I don't know where this is gonna go.
I
Edit
thought
me
that
out.
this was interesting because I learned what facilitated communication was. So it was a lady back. I don't even think it was. I think it was less than 10 years ago. She was some type of teacher, of some sorts, but she would work with special people with special needs, right?
No.
And autistic people.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh no.
So I guess she played a video at a public setting about facilitated communication, and there was a guy there with his brother, and they're both adults. His brother was around 30, and I like to help him learn that maybe we can reach him. There's something because he was mute. He mute all his life. Black guy, black brother, white lady, in her 40s, family.
Where are we going?
She leaves. She ends up building a relationship with the mute guy.
How old is he?
He's 30.
Okay.
By use of facilitated communication, she starts communicating back and forth. Apparently, she says they fall in love and that they want to be together. Yeah.
But he's just a mute. That's his only.
He's mute and he's autistic.
Okay.
Yeah. But she's saying through her facilitated communication.
Which is what? What is that? What does that mean?
Facilitated communication is basically when you have a guide there that takes your arm and their job is to kind of hold back your hand. The person who's trying to communicate, hold their hand back so that they can force their way to keys on a keyboard and sound out sentences and communicate through that keyboard. So they would sit there and watch the words and say, he said, and then like communicate that way. But the thing is, facilitated communication has been like disproved as a real way of communication because it allows too much manipulation.
So she's saying, even though she's the one controlling his hand,
They don't see it that way. That's not why that's not how it's supposed to go. But a lot of people in that realm feel like inside someone who's autistic, inside their body is a normally
Like a
functioning
trapped person?
Yeah. So facilitated communication kind of helps them, but a lot of times it turned out that they were just putting in what they wanted, and
I thought he said a crab person. I thought he was trying to be funny, so that's why I looked over.
Because we crack crabs
But
open.
then he was serious, and I was like,
all that
but then I was like,
sprinkle
why
of
is he
butter.
serious right now? He just said a crab person. I was like, okay, he must not have said that. You said a trapped person?
A trapped
okay,
person.
because I was like, why are you guys still continuing? What did he just say?
So, this is a documentary
But
on
It
Netflix.
is
so
a
what the thing
documentary.
that people are arguing is
Yes.
that she's manipulating him.
and obviously
Yeah.
took advantage of him sexually.
Right.
I'm assuming is where this is going.
But
and the parent and the mom was saying the same thing. Yeah.
because he can't actually.
Oh, this sounds really
my
sad and
God.
gross. How many episodes is it?
It's really sad and gross. How many episodes is it? This is disgusting.
I guess-
Where is it streaming?
Where I was going with this, I guess, was have you finished it? Is what I guess.
Or is it out?
I haven't started it yet, but
Oh.
I just did research on a facilitated communication just to kind of get a gist of it.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Of course, it's on Netflix. Because of
This
course
is-
they would
this
put
is
some
a-
shit like that on Netflix.
This is top 10 in Netflix top
Of
10.
course, it's top 10 because
In the
mother.
beginning, when I was first convicted, I felt like Alice in Wonderland,
I don't even like her voice.
down the rabbit hole in this strange place that doesn't follow any rules that I'm used to or
What does she
anything
look
like
like?
that.
That'll tell me everything I need to know.
How is this playing so clearly? Are you Bluetoothing it?
Yeah, I'm planning through here. I feel like we've talked about this
When
before.
I came out, I
does she look like?
remember
Just
I
tell
went
me
to my
everything.
hairstylist and
Yep.
I gave a big sigh
Yep.
and I said, okay, you're going to be my first experience with experimenting with how much I say or don't say
Yep.
about where I've been the past couple of years. And
Yeah, she sounds
where
crazy.
I've
She
been as
looks
I was in
crazy.
She
prison.
looks
Is she
like a
speaking
villain.
from jail?
No, I think she's out of jail now. Yeah.
She looks like a villain from season 6 of Desperate Housewives. Like I don't trust that hair.
Yeah,
I don't trust that hair and I don't trust that voice.
the first trailer that I saw on TV was
Giving
different.
May, December.
It was basically her talking about like she's like, oh, we came downstairs and then we addressed his family, and then it was the brother and the mom speaking for them, saying, yeah, she came up and they sat us down and they said, we're in love, and then he used his machine to communicate, yes, we're in love, and she says that we've been physical, and then the mom pops up on it and she's like, she told me that he's more of a man than you'll ever know.
What decade was this?
Like 2016, 20.
That's way too recent.
Wait,
for
no.
people to be
I'm sorry. I'll find out, but just keep talking.
Sorry.
This sounds like some shit that would have happened in like the 50s, where people were like, "Oh, I guess so. Who knows?"
Where girls were being kidnapped and said they were abducted by aliens or something.
Yeah, put in bomb shelters for 25 years,
Bro.
believing it because they think the world's been
They
taken
got
over.
physical. I'm sure you probably don't know the direct answer to this, but does she say physical? Does she actually mean like sex?
Yeah, she was sleeping with that boy.
Oh no, that's got to be the R word. That's got to be the R word.
She was convicted in like 2016, so it was like recent. She just got this off.
Because
Wait,
that's
what do you-
got to be some form of manipulation there.
Did you think the R word was a 4-letter word?
What?
The R word that we're talking about? Do you think it was a 4-letter word?
That's the word I'm using. Yeah.
That's not the word we're talking about.
Well, no, but I'm saying what she did to him, I would
Is the
consider
other
that as
one.
being
That's
that
the
one.
other
Yeah, no,
one.
I knew
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I knew
Okay,
that one.
okay.
No, I was saying what she did to him, I consider it to be that word.
You can say that one, though.
I don't want to say that one because that one could also end up getting you demonetized or something like that. But what?
Oh, I see.
What you just if you're
You're worried
You know
about
what?
You're worried about all this
She was
ad
getting
revenue
tore
from,
up.
Yeah.
Kurt's Kitchen.
She was getting tore up.
can we not? I don't.
She left her whole family for that too.
I'll let you watch it first, and then you let me know how it is.
No, that's the last person
That's
you want
true.
to
That's
listen.
not a moral compass. You're right.
I'm probably trying.
You're right.
I'm
Your
gonna
moral
try to
compass is
find her.
broken.
He's gonna tell you that's the best show he ever watched.
Your moral compass just spins.
I'm gonna try to find her. Send her a little email.
What do you mean you're gonna try to find her? That hair
Why?
character.
You gotta
Why-
stop doing that.
Why do you keep?
You gotta
Why
stop.
do you?
You gotta stop it. You gotta stop it.
Can you stop that,
can't.
please?
Can't keep doing that.
Because I'm not gonna make it. Shame. Oh, could you imagine?
Hit the thing again.
Stop.
And that's why you always wear a condom.
This show is out already, right?
Huh?
This show is out already.
Yeah, it's
right?
out.
I'm gonna watch it.
You let me know. I trust your
I'm
moral
gonna
compass.
watch it. How many? Did it say how many episodes it is? If it's more than 6 episodes, I'm not gonna watch it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a limited series.
6 episodes in this economy? No way.
Because that Gone Girl thing was only like 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
3 or 4 episodes.
It's a movie.
Oh, even better. Quick little watch. Okay.
Sometimes
I'll get the
sometimes
tequila.
though, I watch something that's a documentary and it's only like a movie, like one episode, and I'm like, I need more.
I don't think I'm gonna want more.
There was
of this.
something well, okay, yeah.
She definitely does.
Oh Jesus! I'm putting the Casamigos on ice, and I am going to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Let's move on to your green handwriting here, Cam.
My disgusting handwriting. So I just want to mention The Boys really quick. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about plot points of the show because he hasn't watched this new season yet. You haven't even started The Boys at all, right?
What is that even on?
That's on.
You've
Amazon
never seen the
as
show
well.
to begin with?
No.
It is so fun.
Where y'all get all this time? Oh, you ain't
fun.
got kids. I'm like, where y'all get all this
He's
time to watch
married.
TV?
I mean, I'm the one I guess that has the most time.
And
'cause I have
actually,
nothing
Dee doesn't
going
even
on.
watch The Boys, so I have to watch it like after she goes to sleep. Then I watch it, but I'm up till like 3 a.m. every night. So
So the only reason why I sort of wanted to mention it is because there's been a little bit of chatter, ironically, a little bit of chatter online about how there's not much chatter about this season. And I think it's because, so like the creator of the show, Eric Kripke, who also did like Supernatural, the creator of the show, he's sort of taken this stance where like the main character, Homelander, is like this very like violent, like I don't even know if I would call him MAGA, but I would say his.
I mean, they're playing it up that way.
Yeah.
That him and the people who idolize him are a cult similar to MAGA. That's kind of the juxtaposition they're making.
Exactly, because like there's like this chick. I'm not gonna say that. That would have been spoilers, but like yeah, pretty much what he said. But they've just more so toyed with it, like over the past like 3 seasons. But with this 4th season, not only are they like fully leaning into it, like references and everything, new characters that fully give me like, what's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene, like full on give me that type of character. But the creator, he's like pretty much flat out said, yeah, if people don't realize that Homelander is the villain and that the people who follow him are terrible people, then they're clearly watching a different show.
Who doesn't realize he's the villain?
There are people who love him and they feel like, oh, why are they making Homelander's character just seem like so evil? I said, have you not been watching since episode 1, my bruh? Like since episode 1?
Wasn't that the plane in episode 1?
Yes. I'm like, this man, but they feel like that he's.
And what do they think? Huey and well, the boys,
the boys.
Huey and all them. They think that they're the bad guys.
They just feel like that they feel like that the creator is hammering too hard on like the Trumpisms of it all.
Yeah. Okay.
And
that's
so
fair.
now they feel like they're under attack and all that. And I'm like, I mean.
So that's why.
What if you are?
So what they're doing is they're recognizing that the clear villain in the show happens to be mirroring a person they like in real life. So now they're like, oh, you know what? Actually, I like Homelander then.
It's like this viral clip from Euphoria where Maddie's like, is this fucking play about us? It's like, yes, this TV show is literally
okay.
making fun
I can
of it.
see why then they would be upset about that, but they can't possibly think he's not a villain.
Which
they could just be upset that they're turning the villain into the guy that they worship.
Because I think they thought that he was going to be like villain adjacent and then maybe like a sort of anti-hero thing. And he is just full on, this is the worst human being. Since season 2, I've been saying we need to kill this bitch. Like, I mean, I'm happy he's, still here because he's a fantastic character, but I'm like, I'm ready for him to die. But yeah, it's just the engagement with it has been really low. And a part of me, it kind of just ties in for me, one with like the Acolyte, high engagement, but a lot of negative comments online. The Boys, low engagement, negative comments online. And then that's kind of how I roped it into the whole Bad Boys thing, which I know.
Wait, real quick before we get into Bad Boys, I just want to say I watched a video last night or maybe today, I don't know, with Anthony Starr.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Hot Ones video. It's where he's doing a wing challenge against
with like the Deep and A-Train.
The Deep. Yeah, and then A-Train pops up at the end. There was at no point in that video where I could see Homelander in that man's face, in his voice, in his mannerisms.
He's Australian.
In his body
Those
type.
Fucking Australians are taking
nothing
over.
About that. I was reading the comments after I watched the video. I read the comments to see if people were in the same boat, and they were.
Yes.
They're like, this guy must be the greatest actor alive because he is nothing like his character. I mean, obviously he's doing an American accent.
Yeah.
He's an Australian guy, fine, but his mannerisms, nothing is like Homelander. It was so bizarre. I would pause, and maybe the beard, like kind of.
I was gonna say
makes
the
it
beard
harder
helps
too
because he doesn't have any lips.
But Homelander has that. Yeah, he has no lips, but he also has like a bulge in his chin where he kind of like talks kind of. And maybe that's him trying to do the American accent. Maybe that's how he kind of fakes it up, like he kind of talks sideways.
Because he does. Oh yeah.
But it's bizarre. I could not believe that it's the same actor. And the actor who played the Deep looked so much more like Homelander than Homelander did. Like he looked like the all-American like superhero guy because he
Gossip Girl's Chase Crawford. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's from Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
He
Girl,
looked, and even in the interview, did you watch that?
I watched some of it. I didn't watch the full thing. I watched some of it.
Chase Crawford, I think you said his name is. Even the way that they interact, which apparently they make a joke a couple times that they're like everyone on set says they're best buddies and they're like best friends or whatever. Even he acted more like Homelander. Like he was kind of commanding the interactions, and he was like telling Anthony Starr like, "No, stop or do that." And just the way that they were communicating, I was like, "This guy seems like the alpha in this bromance." Versus in the show, it's obviously the opposite. And the Deep is like the little whipping boy. And I'm like, this is bizarre to watch.
There is, I'm not going to say the scene, but there is a scene in the first episode of season 4 in the tower, the superhero tower. Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could be sitting next to you to see your reaction for this scene because I paused the show and I laughed for a good minute. I laughed for a good minute and
I might watch it tonight, depending on what time I get home.
It's insane. It's terrible, but it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
But yeah, you were talking about Bad Boys.
Yeah, just so Bad Boys been out for 2 weeks now, right? Have you seen those box office numbers, my friend?
I didn't even know it was out.
I didn't. I never said that it wouldn't sell. I never said that it shouldn't sell.
Oh, this is a callback.
But what I don't care for is Will Smith.
Let me tell you something.
And people still show out for Will Smith, which is weird to me.
Everybody else has forgiven Will Smith, my friend.
Wait, are the numbers huge? Is that
they're big. Yeah,
okay.
They're big.
I thought you were going the opposite way with it.
Now, what's not surprising? Now, I will say, obviously the black audience. I think they were like 44% of the.
How would they know that?
But
I've never purchased a movie ticket. And
so
they asked me.
What happens is like certain movie theaters, as you come out, they like poll you like, oh, well, what do you think of the movie? Obviously, our little podunk town, they don't have people that come out and do that. That's how they get like these cinema score things because as audience come out, like, oh, what did you think of the movie? Oh, do you mind filling out this? Blah blah blah.
And one of the questions is, what's your? Well, I guess.
Well, they ask you like your age, so that way they get like the age range, everything like that, what your general movie is. So it's doing very very well, but. What's interesting, because I attached that to like the redeemable celebrities thing, because like a lot of the articles that I've seen that have been talking about it, they go like, oh, does this mean Will Smith isn't canceled anymore? Does this mean you can't be canceled? And I'm like, aside from that not being a thing, I'm like, I don't think Will Smith was ever canceled because the people who they put in the category with that, they're like, does this mean that people like Kevin Spacey or Johnny Depp or all this? And they're naming all these people. I'm like, these people have done egregious things. I said,
Johnny Depp did something?
went up and slapped. Yes, this man went up and slapped Chris Rock on stage. I'm like, this is in no way. And I think they put like Bryan Singer too, which I don't know if you know who that guy is, but he made like the original like X-Men movies that came out, and he is rhymes with Letophile and audiophile, and they're asking like, oh, are these people uncancelable? I'm like, you can't compare these things with one another. I'm like, these are two completely different things. Like I knew after a year or two that people were going to get over the Will Smith thing. I'm like, this other shit. I'm like, yeah, there are celebrities that are redeemable that can get their audience back, but none of those people are.
No.
The reason why I don't like Will Smith isn't because he got up on stage and slapped Chris Rock.
I know why you don't like Will Smith. It got to do with him and Jada.
He's a cuck.
Yeah,
I'm just tired of them. I'm just tired of them and their drama.
I mean, the drama is over. The drama only became drama because there was discourse online about it. I mean, every celebrity has their own drama.
I just don't want to see him for a while.
It's just because people looked at him. They're not used to seeing like people that they like, especially like black celebrities that they highly regard in such big drama. Like I was just telling about the whole thing with like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's still acting in movies. People are still going to see them, so they don't care about that. But since it's Will Smith, it's like, oh, we got to hold a closer lens on this. Like, bro, it'll be fine. Now, Denzel, so I guarantee you, if something came out about Denzel tomorrow, the whole world would be up in flames. I'm like, it doesn't have to be, bro. It's not, it's fine. It's fine.
I think what Will Smith did to Chris Rock was shitty, and I think he was in the wrong, and I think he was a piece of shit for it. But it also was an isolated incident, and it's over, and I don't care anymore.
I was happy he did it.
Like, I don't care anymore.
Clap. Yeah, but yeah, that's the other thing. Like it was never. I don't think it was ever gonna stop. I mean, I would be shocked if a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't want to go see Bad Boys because he slapped Chris Rock." I'm like,
no, I don't care.
there are technically other things that Will Smith has done that you should not go see that if you want it. He's not a part of Scientology anymore, thank God.
It was just hilarious when he did it, though.
Because I thought it was. I think I texted. Did I text both of you? I know I texted you,
like, Richard,
because I was confused. I thought it was. I hate to bring it back because again it was years ago, but I fully thought at first it was a bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what just happened? But it was.
I think I was at your house when it happened,
bro.
I think you were, and I remember I went to the bathroom, and I came back. I think it like cut out, and I thought because I have an antenna,
because the audio dropped. Yeah,
and I have an antenna, and it cut out, and I'm like, oh, my antenna must have dropped for a second, and then I think I left and went to the bathroom, and then I think by the time I came back from the bathroom, then I think I had a text from you maybe, and you were watching it at my house. Or you were
no. I don't think I was at your house, but I remember talking to the both of you that night.
I just remember like checking my phone and being all over Twitter, and I'm like, was this real? I thought this was my TV glitching.
That was a frenzy.
It was they cut like 6 seconds or something. They're like,
it was Lupita's reaction that made me realize it was real because when he sat down,
I think Australia had the uncut version. That's how I saw it.
She was behind him.
Fucking Eric.
And at first she was like, because it was while it was muted before we had like the audio. It was while it was muted, and he was talking. She was behind him, and she's like, and that's when I was like, oh, this is.
He really went up
there. It was mute, and you just see her face go, and she even mouths, oh. I said she's an Oscar-winning actress. She ain't acting right now. I said that shit's real. Oh my God! Can
you imagine Will Smith walking up to you
like,
bow?
I wish I like. There are certain moments in TV, like pop culture, and I feel like for a while I felt like we haven't had moments like that in a while. Like I don't know what I can remember before that.
Jackson.
I thought that's immediately what I thought.
Bro,
I was thinking about in my head right now. I was like, which moment was bigger?
Because they've been so
before
careful.
That would have been what, Ashley Simpson, or was that before? Was that before or after the SNL?
Was JFK taped?
I wasn't alive for that.
Was it taped? Yeah.
Or was that live TV?
I don't know if it was live.
What about Bobby?
But that
did they get Bobby on live TV?
Actually, I think they.
I've told you about my favorite meme, right? With JFK.
Oh no! I thought that was George H.W. Bush.
Oh, holding the baseball. God, that's so funny and so sad at the same time.
Wait, the baseball or the? Oh my! Wait, when was it when George Bush got that shoe thrown at him?
Yes,
I'm thinking of that. That's what I'm thinking.
That was he was in like Korea or something. But no, not that. No, we're talking about his dad. George H.W.
They rode this nigga up to the baseball park
at the Astros game when he was like 116 years old, and they had him in a wheelchair, and they wanted him to throw out the first pitch, and you just see him kind of like looking at the camera, and then all of a sudden he goes, and he just lifts the ball up like Simba had just been lifted into the air.
Everybody goes, ah!
And then they all start cheering, and he just went like,
bro.
And it was so funny and so sad at the same time.
Because I feel like live TV, they try to play it careful because they know stuff like that could happen. That's why I think before the Will Smith thing, it had been so long since we got like a truly, oh my God, this is happening on live TV.
Okay?
Oh my God.
I just thought of the meme again. I just realized I didn't explain it yet.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just thought of it.
What does it mean?
Oh, because you don't, he didn't tell you what it was?
It's my favorite meme ever.
Oh God.
So it's a picture of JFK like this, right? With his brains blown out. And Jackie Kennedy like on her knees, like leaning over him to check to see what's going on, like where his brains went. And the meme is like, hey, it was like JFK gay as hell for sleeping while Jackie's fat ass is out like that.
The shame. The shame.
It's so
The
stupid.
shame.
But every time I imagine,
Oh
it's
my
so funny.
God.
It's so funny.
Bro.
Jackie had one though.
Oh God.
Jackie
Jesus
had a fatty.
Christ.
Can we go back real quick and just
What?
spin the block on the ones that used to be the ones?
What do you mean on the ones that used to be the ones?
Like what was your 70s crush?
Okay. We found it.
She had them hips.
You gotta blow that up on the screen.
She had them child rearing hips.
In the
Can you read it from here?
70s. Jackie. And I like that fat is spelled PH. Like it just adds to it.
Now this is when in the video you would have the meme
Yeah.
come up.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
so
him trying to school you
when we
on
clip it.
You don't have him school you on it like that?
Yeah, so then the audience could see it. Oh my
dare
god,
you.
it's so funny.
I'm trying to think of the 70s. You said the 70s, so I used to have a bath. Well, I feel like you already have an answer to this.
No, I have a forever girl who forever.
Who is your forever girl?
Jeannie Buss.
Who?
Jeannie Buss. She owns the Lakers.
Jeannie Buss.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
Let me
spelled
look it up.
B-U-S-S?
This is Jerry Buss's daughter.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
And she's a white woman, of course.
that of course. I hate you so. Steve. Steve.
Yeah.
Steve.
It's Jeannie Buss. Stop. Quit playing with me.
Steve.
Either that or
She looks like the villain on a racism PSA. Like,
those are the best.
She was married to Jay Moore.
what is Jay? Wait, the actor Jay Moore?
Yeah, she is married.
Currently.
Yeah, to Jay Moore.
How about that?
Oh my God, he was in that movie, All the King's Men, which is a very deep cut Anthony Anderson movie. I don't know why I just thought of that.
She's the owner of the Lakers
Yep.
I'm trying
because
to
Jerry's
think.
dead.
Yep.
70s?
What's the conversation?
Like you're what woman from what like a woman like an old woman, one of the older ones.
Like a 71-year-old woman, or what kind of old woman are we talking about? Is that, or you mean like a woman from an older era?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Huh, that's a good one.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Cleopatra.
I'm not gonna make it.
Who?
Cleopatra.
I
Cleopatra?
don't even know what she looks like.
Exactly.
Who would I say?
Anything I want. Jeannie
Oh, I
Buss,
know who.
Jeannie Buss is alive now.
I know.
She's
Yeah,
like,
but she was around in the 70s.
I know exactly.
how old is she?
She posed for Payable. She's about 65.
My answer is gonna be generic.
Think she might be older?
I'm gonna pick. You know what? I'm gonna be multicultural. I'm gonna be multicultural here. My first answer.
She's 62.
My first answer. I'm gonna say Angela Bassett. That's gonna be my first answer.
My second answer will probably surprise you. Shaka Khan.
Betty White.
That probably wouldn't have surprised me if he would have said Betty White. Shaka Khan. That's actually
She
a good
is
answer.
so-
That's a good answer.
I forgot how beautiful Shaka Khan
That is a very good answer,
Is
actually.
still, bro. Did you see her tiny desk?
I
No
did not-
idea what
I
she
didn't know
looks like.
She did a
desk.
tiny desk, bro. She is like stunning. It's crazy.
I'm trying to think of a
Either that
Caucasian
or-
woman.
Judy Garland.
Well, already. Who would?
Why ain't nobody ever mentioned like nobody's ever acknowledged the fact that Diana Ross is ugly?
oh, how about I almost said Marilyn Manson. How about Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
I
got single
guess
bitties.
so. Oh well, that'll do it. That'll do it for him.
She does.
There's
What do you mean,
another one, but I don't want to say who that would be. Just. Oh, how did
There
I
he
get
is.
there?
There he is. Now, if we extrapolated this picture into a full body,
Let me tell you something.
Where would your head
Let me
be?
tell you something. This is specifically for.
where would your
this is,
mouth
This is
be?
whoa.
This was a full body.
Not there. Okay.
Just asking questions.
This is a very specific. This is for a very specific audience. Okay.
Wow.
This is for a very specific audience.
For a June audience.
Well, yes, for a June audience, for the girls too. Okay, for the girls too. Rebel Without a Cause. Not Rebel Without a Cause. Wow, I'm an idiot.
Rebel Wilson?
A streetcar. Ew. I'll throw up right now. A Streetcar Named Desire. He was in that movie. Let me tell you something. I'm doing them a favor. YouTube Marlon Brando's name. Not YouTube, obviously, because I don't want to scar the both of you. YouTube Marlon Brando, A Streetcar Named Desire. And I guarantee you, anybody who watches that video, converted. Okay, converted. All right. I had to name one. Okay. All right.
I was gonna say I
Bassett.
could never date a potential racist, but I actually could.
That seems right up your alley.
Yeah,
Like, what does he mean? He could never.
I could. I would actually enjoy
You absolutely
You
could.
would surprise
it. Do
me.
you guys like race play?
No, I mean,
No.
why would I?
What?
Why-
That's the thing. What
Why
if
would
he
he?
said he did? I would beat him with this
What
microphone.
would be my version of
I
that?
thoroughly enjoy it.
Oh, where are we going? Where are we going?
Yeah, I know you do. I've heard,
Where are we going?
I've heard stories. You've told me stories.
Yeah. Man, don't make me.
Yeah. I remember that.
I would literally punch that person in the throat.
No?
No.
I bust so hard.
You look like you wanted to press the button and then you
I
changed
was
your
about
mind.
to, but I changed. I said, I say that
You
crazy.
changed your mind.
It's the best.
What's the best about? I'm so sorry to put you in
I
this
don't know.
predicament. What's the best
I don't
about
know.
it?
I don't know.
But that's a very common thing, though.
It is.
Unfortunately,
It really
You
is.
can find a 30-minute montage on somebody just.
And you know what I would
that
do?
the reason why
Crazy.
most black, white, interracial couples are that way?
Unfortunately, it's-
are black male, white woman.
in both communities, which that is, I'm about to throw shade on my own community. That is why, what was it, when there was that whole joke that in December, like that date that like black people were gonna get superpowers or some shit. Like, do you remember that? There was like this joke that like
that.
black people were gonna get superpowers because it was like some chick, some anti-vax chick. I forgot what it was, but either way. So there was this joke. It was like, okay, if you have two black parents, you get superpowers for the entire month. If you have a black mom and a white dad, you get superpowers for 20 days. If you have a black dad and a white mom, you only get superpowers for 5 days. And like, that was the whole thing. Most of that is because of like race play. No.
No,
This
you
was
can't,
December
that's not- you can't
21st,
blame race play on
2020.
the fact that
Yes.
you can't blame race play on the fact that black men like
Because
white women
you are most like, I will take this to the grave. You are most likely to find a black guy who wants to do race play with a white woman versus a black woman who would want to do race play with a white man. There is absolutely no way.
Well, sure, but
Yes,
at the same time,
because
I don't
niggas
understand.
are weird. Okay, niggas, not king shaming,
But it-
niggas are weird.
But it's probably a power dynamic thing too, versus
Yeah.
how much.
we don't have any power.
No, not in that situation. You have all the power.
No, we don't.
You physically do.
No, we don't, because they're literally using your penis for pleasure.
Yeah,
They're using your body. You have no power in that.
and you have the power. They're almost talking you up.
No, they are ordering you what to do. They're like, yes, give me that. They are making you into an object. You have
but
no
you-
power.
No.
You physically have the power.
you
There's
do.
no physical
No,
because
because
threat.
they
you
are
with
still
your
making
nigger
you
dick.
into they're making your dick. You are an entire object. You are not a person. The whole
But you're not
purpose is
physically
your
in
dick.
danger.
It's like a. It's
You're not
like
in
a,
danger.
It's,
Right, that's what I'm saying. But the opposite way.
But you don't have power in the situation.
it's playing off the fact that it's wrong.
Exactly. You have
It's
that
like
doesn't
people.
give you
It's
any
the same
power.
thing as people
it's
who
the
like
Andrew
to be
Jackson
watched.
scenario.
It's
The Andrew Jackson scenario. What the fuck is the Andrew Jackson scenario?
Yeah.
What's the Andrew Jackson
I
scenario?
don't know.
Oh, what's the Andrew Jackson scenario? I thought you both were going to tell me.
How so many people are descendants. So many black people are descendants of Andrew Jackson because he was banging all the slaves.
Really? That's a thing.
Am I thinking of the wrong person? Isn't it?
No,
Andrew Jackson?
I just never knew
I
about
never
this.
knew
I just
this.
never knew
You
about
never
this.
heard about that?
No, I never heard about that. No.
There's when they started doing like all. I mean, it was always like a rumor.
Oh, because he was having. See.
It was always a rumor, but then when they started doing like the DNA stuff,
Oh, I'm not doing
then
my
they
20. I
found
changed
out.
my mind.
I think SNL did a whole skit about this where they did like a fake commercial for like Ancestry.com, and they're like, "I'm related to so and so," and they're naming all these famous people, and every time they cut to a black person, every answer was,
It's
"I'm related to
Andrew
Andrew Jackson,"
Jackson.
and then they go to a different person, and every time it's Andrew Jackson, and then they're like, I think by the end of it, they're like, "Huh."
I'm not doing it. See, now I don't want to do a 23andMe anymore because if I find out I'm related to Andrew Jackson, that's going to piss me off now.
But the thing is like it's an empowerment thing. They're basically what I believe.
Who is it empowering?
The black man,
How does it empower you?
because the white woman is submitting.
She's not submitting to
She's
you.
begging to submit.
She's using you
Yeah.
to get off. That's
Yeah.
not submitting.
She's putting us on a pedestal.
No.
Yeah.
No, you have no.
Don't get me into the whole. Don't make me defend white women right now, because
I'm not saying you have to defend. Listen, on the very rare occasion, I will defend a white woman. 2 white women only, actually. Angelina Jolie being one of them. Those are the only white women I will go to bat for.
the baddies.
No, there is absolutely. Now, here's the thing. Again, even though it sounds like I'm keep shaming.
It's not black men's fault that black men want to date white women and black women are mad about it.
It's not. No, that's the thing. See, that's where the slip up comes, because it's not.
Because they could date outside their race too. They just choose not to.
But the thing is, whenever a black man dates a white woman, he has to bring down a black woman in that process. He can't just say, I like dating white women. He has to say, I like dating white women because black women piss me off. You don't have to do that. You can just say, I prefer white women because of this thing that is specific about white women. You don't have to say, I prefer white women.
It's a thing. No, it's more of a thing
women.
Because whenever you say you prefer white women, it's always like, why? And then now you have to.
Because the main issue is because usually you have black guys who date white women because they have an issue with black women. So that's why black women have that reaction.
I don't date white women because I have an issue with black women. I don't have an issue with black women. And I've dated black women before. I don't have an issue with black women. I've dated black women before.
I specifically remember someone that we work with, and this is like the main...
Careful now.
Well, that's, I'm not saying names. But
now.
You would get into arguments with her all the time because she would say that you were always cutting down black women, and she would always get so upset by it.
It wasn't black women, it was black people.
No, I specifically remember being women.
No, maybe it's because
which is fine. You don't have to be sexually attracted to every race of person.
I think it was the fact that I was always bigging up white women and not black women, and it was the absence.
I don't think so.
I
don't think she was mad that you liked white women. I think she was mad that you seemingly hated black women.
And I don't give off anything that like does that. I've dated.
You've dated black women
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, so long as the person isn't saying, I like this race, I like to date this race because I don't like this race. Like, so long as it's not. I just don't like black women shaming us because of it.
What would be the correlation there?
So like, say if like, for example, like, I'm going to use myself as an example. Like, I date whoever, right? Whatever, right? So like, say if I'm like, okay, if I exclusively dated like Latino people, right? If I exclusively dated Latino people and I said, yeah, I just prefer to date them because, I can't date black people because they just, they're too extra or they just annoy me or, stuff like that. Like, you can't just say, oh, I like dating.
They stink, they broke.
Like, you can't just say something like, I like dating Latino people because,
But what would be the correlation between you like Latino women because you don't like black women? Like, how does that make sense?
Well, I just mean in the sense that like, you don't have to say that you like dating a particular race and then like immediately bash the other race.
But what I'm saying is that usually when I'm questioned about why I date white women, it's usually like, why would you do that?
And it's only because, like I said, like a lot of times you have a lot of like black guys who exclusively date white women because they have a problem with
I know more black
women.
Men who date white women than black men who date black women. And the thing is like and
the thing is nothing wrong with it. It's just what's wrong with it.
I just don't think black women go outside of their race as much as black men do, and that's the reason why it feels like there's a shortage.
But they do though.
They do now, but they don't traditionally.
Because I feel like whenever, and I've talked about this before, where if I ask like a black woman, like if she's dating a white guy, I was like, oh, like, if you're dating a white guy. And then it's never because these, I'm not hesitating to say the N-word because these things say shit type of thing. But if they do, then I'm like, okay, well, I'll lean back like, all right, so you feel that way. But it's usually just because, oh, yeah, I'm dating this particular guy because of this reason and that reason and that reason. It's not I'm dating him because he's white. I'm dating him because he has these attributes or things that she's into. Versus
what black women make it seem like it's wrong to have a preference for white women.
That's not the thing. It's just your reason for having that preference. If your reason for having that preference is because you want to tear down the other race, that's when it's a problem.
But just the fact that you said the other race is what confused me, because there's obviously way more than two races. So
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, I like white women because I don't like black women, or I like black women because I don't like white. Like, there's still several others.
Yeah.
So that's why I was confused. Like, what's the correlation between one and the other? Like, I think it's totally normal to be like, I prefer this race of person to date. I'm attracted to this race of person. I'm not attracted to this race of person.
Yeah.
But to say you're attracted to this one because you don't like that one is weird.
That's where the problem kicks in, because
But it's a thing in the black community though.
To
To do the second one, yeah.
But I don't understand that. I guess it doesn't make sense.
It's-
It might be a thing. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that
it might be a good
seems
conscience
weird
thing.
to
It
me.
might not make sense to you because you have you're pretty level headed and that just wouldn't be something you would do. But there are some niggas out here who's like, I don't only date white girls because fuck these black bitches.
and vice versa. That happens. That happens.
I'm not one of them.
And
I might have come off like one of them jokingly, but I'm not one of them necessarily. It's
I would be able to
I
tell
like what I like.
if Steve was, I wouldn't be here right now. But and the thing
I
is,
mean, I was raised by black women. I got black sisters, black aunts. My mom, my family is traditionally a family of strong women and not very many men. The only men in my life when I was growing up is just my dad and guys from church. Like I really didn't have. I had a very strong woman influence. So, I mean,
And Kobe.
can't forget 824. But I mean, besides that, like I don't know. I mean, I don't have a black women problem. It's just I aesthetically, like growing up, all I knew was black people. So when I moved or when I met other people of different races, it was kind of exotic to me. White people were exotic to me. So that's why I was attracted to it, because I didn't see very much of it.
Look at Joe.
And it was like, oh, what's this? I go to another country where there's not, when I go to Macedonia, I'm going to be the only black guy that I'll probably ever see there. And I'm going to
love it.
And, oh, man.
You're going to love it.
And they're going to love it. They're going to be like, oh, my God, this guy looks so different.
They're going to touch
I
your hair and shit.
Yeah, I might look so attractive
You
to
know they will.
other people because they just haven't seen me up close.
somebody that recently happened to me where somebody touched my hair. And
Did you
I was
let
just
people touch your hair?
I didn't know it was about to happen. I didn't know, and it felt
Under
weird.
what context?
They were just like, I hope they don't see this, but they were just like, oh my gosh, like your hair so. And I was like, I literally felt like I was
it a
like
white
an
person?
It was.
Was it?
Fuck up, bro. It was just odd, and I'm like, this feels like weird. Like not even just from like a race standpoint. I would just feel weird touching anybody's hair and just
First off,
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
COVID. Don't touch me.
That's like,
First off.
just go up to somebody and be like, oh my
But-
gosh, your hair. I'm like, why are you touching?
I do
Yeah,
I do get that often though. People like
People
want
like to have
because
touch your
my hair, like when there's two types of people. There's people who didn't know me with hair, so they see it and they're like,
Those
oh,
days when I
yeah.
see those pictures.
I go through your Facebook pictures every once in a while. I'm like, oh, look at little Steve.
Yeah.
Little tiny face. No hair.
And then like
Glasses, I think.
at one point, yeah, I did have glasses. And then like there's people that I would see
mirror selfie.
with dreads too in the dread community, and I'd be like, hey, like
dread
how
community.
did you do that? How did you get that twist? How did you get that design? Do you do it yourself? Where do you go? And then in that case, they would touch my hair to
same.
feel the texture. Okay, well you got to do. So there's two types of people, but I mean there are some people who just are like fascinated with dreadhead niggas and just want to touch. Oh my God, your hair, and I'm all for it.
Don't touch me.
Touch me.
Oh, whoa, look at he said,
I mean,
touch me.
It is kind of funny, like, because there are videos out there of people going to other countries, especially like third world countries, where they have never seen that other type of person, and little kids especially, they just like, oh my God, and they just like touch their face or like their hair and stuff.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
just kind of funny to be like,
I love the fact that I'm going out to a different country in Europe with dreads.
yeah.
And it's like a
Be an
country.
anomaly out there.
Yeah. It's great.
But imagine, and I know what country you're talking about, but imagine they didn't well, they probably don't have TV, but I was going to say, imagine going to a place that doesn't have TV or internet or whatever.
So they can't see any of that.
And
You
they're
just
literally
show up there, they're like, what?
yeah.
Exclamation
to a
mark
lot of
against my
people,
head.
to a lot of them, I'll be the first that they've ever seen.
In person.
Yeah.
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 Which is
Yeah. When Redacted first came to this country, they had
Who?
never Redacted. When they first came to this country, they had never seen a black person.
What does that mean?
it means removed, like So you know, like when
How do I come on a public platform and look smarter than you?
Which you know
That's
how
so
like
weird.
you know how like if something is confidential and they don't want to.
I know what the
say
word
name.
redacted means. I'm saying when
You don't know.
you said when redacted people came.
When
Redacted.
Redacted came to this country, I'm saying a person who we all know that I don't want to mention their name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know you were talking about a specific person. I thought you were talking about a group of people.
Oh,
No,
I thought you were
oh,
saying like when this group of people came to this country. I was
No.
like, what?
oh, I'm looking
Just
like
that one person.
sir.
Oh, okay.
I would hate for me to be the first black person that someone meets. I feel bad for them.
High expectations.
I feel so bad for
Can
them.
you rap?
You'd feel bad.
I feel bad for
Did you-
them because they're gonna look at me and get this expectation,
Do you-
and then they're gonna meet
Rap
somebody.
for me.
They're gonna be like,
when you get around white people, do they ever ask if you know how to rap? I've had white people that haven't been around many black people, and they're like, "Can you rap?"
But you can.
So
"It's
then
like
you gotta
it's
go.
the principle."
Then you got to go. Yeah, I can. I actually can.
Oh my god! I mean, I haven't had the rap thing happen. I mean, it's minor, but I've had people. That could have been because of my height. People have asked me if I
Can
play
you dunk?
basketball. No, not dunk. They just asked
Can
me,
you dunk?
Did you play basketball growing up? That's our deal. And I assume it's because of my height.
But
I'm like,
I was
no,
gonna say,
didn't.
yeah, but that's tricky
I
because
didn't-
they
I
could
didn't
be
notice.
innocently meaning because you're tall.
Now imagine if I was 4'7" and they're like, "Did you play basketball growing up?" And I'd be like,
I didn't notice that I was like this broad. So like, no, I'm
I don't know
serious.
why
Like,
broad is a funny word.
I'm so much massively bigger than both of you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Did you look at like the video? Like, well, I looked at the video and I saw you sitting there, and me sitting here. I'm like, I'm so much bigger than them. It is weird.
I watched.
So when
30
people
seconds,
come up
I
to me,
can't look at
Barrel
myself.
chested.
I can't look at myself.
you look tiny sitting next to me.
Oh, thank you.
But people like it's
You
weird.
look
But now
huge.
when people say, "Hey, did you play football?" and I'm like, "No."
Oh, I would lie. I would say absolutely. I was a line.
Like it didn't make sense before.
fullback, runner back.
It didn't make sense before, but like looking at myself, like sitting next to regular people,
You could see it. if
I can
you
see. I'm
were-
like, oh, okay, yeah, he probably played ball.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I should start lying about like my black identity.
You should tell people that you play catcher.
do you guys like chili cheese hot dogs?
Yeah, of course. Next question. Next food. Hit me.
Cantaloupe,
No. No.
Shake his cantaloupe.
No.
asparagus.
No.
What?
Makes
I
your
used
pee
to hate
smell.
asparagus. But it's going down the drain. What do you need to have good smelling pee for? What are you?
Don't you worry about
Whoa.
But no.
I'm not king shaming.
Lamb?
I'm not.
Lamb? No.
I've never had lamb.
Really?
I
Have you ever had frog?
no.
I've had frog legs.
Frog.
No.
Yes.
I'm not adventurous when it comes to meat whatsoever.
Really?
No. Pause.
I was about to say something
crazy.
else.
Oh, it's great. Just meat
gonna be like-
everywhere.
I
I'll try it all.
I am Batman.
I'll try every damn piece of
You
this
think
planet.
Batman was fucking Robin?
Oh God. There's websites for that.
with a name like Robin? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that because he got him as a boy and then he raised him.
Got him?
Yes, he was.
What, did he pick him out
Robin
of
was
a
like
window?
14, 15 when Batman
When he
met him.
acquired him?
Yes, literally when he snatched him off the street. Orphan.
They do the same thing in the MLB every day, and you say nothing about it.
What do you mean?
They acquire young men
Oh,
every
my
day.
God.
They just acquire the rights to their body. That's all.
He's gonna be a baseball fan now.
Told you, he's a catcher.
Listen.
He's a catcher.
Every now and again, when he turns baseball on, I peek because they have assets. Okay.
Blagoya is like, he went to that Cubs Sox game 2 weeks
Uh-huh.
ago, and he's like, oh my God, this was so cool. I'm like, yeah,
Interesting.
welcome to my world.
Don't you have a noise?
2 weeks ago,
Interesting.
when he went to the game, blew his mind.
Now it's in Chicago, right? You said which game he went to? Wait,
He
which
went
game?
to White Sox versus Cubs.
Was it at the
In Wrigley.
It was at I'm sorry.
Wrigley,
That's
Cubs.
the Cubs.
north side.
Interesting. Do you know what's very
Wrigleyville?
near that field?
Huh?
You know what's near that field? Like not
Boys Town.
too far. Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, I know what Boys Town is.
Cubs and Bears.
The little gay bears.
Cubs
are.
and Bears.
Jesus.
That was
Jesus Christ.
I like the subside of the sound at the end.
Because it's very suggestive.
Can we get more sounds on there? Like, let's get some custom ones.
Yeah, I can build custom ones. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. You're adding more work to his plate.
Yeah, well, have you seen the video? Do some more.
Okay.
Working,
Okay.
bitch.
Listen,
We're almost at 2 hours here, fellas, and it's like 96 degrees in this room right now.
Last thing, Justin DUI. Do we care?
I didn't know anything about it until 2 hours ago when this podcast started.
I only care if something messy comes out of it. Like, I want.
Did he deserve it?
Did he throw a
deserve it?
chair off a roof? Like Morgan Wallen? Because that's...
Did she really? Or,
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I keep thinking Morgan Wallen is the this other girl that does country.
No, Morgan Wallen's the one who said the N-word,
Yeah.
and then Republicans were like, hell yeah, that's our guy. And they started
Streaming
buying
his
all of
music.
his stuff, and his career took off because of that.
Morgan Wallen.
Then he threw a chair off a bar in Nashville, like several
somebody?
stories up. No, but it would have. And he got arrested for it.
On Broad Street?
7
on the
stories.
main?
I think on Broadway.
He could have killed somebody.
I don't know if it was 7. It was several. But yeah, it would have severely injured somebody if it would have hit someone. He threw
It's
a chair
not
off a
funny.
rooftop.
It's not funny, but I fully just picture somebody just walking down the street minding their business and a chair
Well, on
just
that
knocks
street,
them
that
out.
street is. I don't. Have you ever been to Nashville before?
I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
And I think of the
Bunch of times.
think of the busy. Think of going
Six-story rooftop.
Yeah,
He got arrested.
and those streets are packed like
Sardines.
I mean like Lollapalooza, like shoulder to shoulder. Like when I'm walking through those streets, and part of it is like up a steep hill, like an incline like this.
If they would have so much as grazed my elbow, lawsuit, all those streams are coming to my pocket, baby.
His initial hearing is postponed until August. So in August, when the case will go to trial.
Oh my
Going to
God.
jail now.
Maybe that means what?
August 15th.
Throwback. Oh my God. If he goes to jail, that means I might not have to hear music from him. For a
It
very long
landed
time.
3 feet from police officers.
Jesus
So-
Christ.
It wasn't even just a regular person. He almost hit the police.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I call that?
Justice.
The work of God. That means you're up there. That means you're actually listening to my cries.
Witnesses say they saw Wallen pick up a chair, throw it off the roof, and then laugh about it.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. Because what's funnier than the caucasity of it all?
Slavery.
The only thing I
You gotta admit, slavery was a little funny.
Only other thing.
A little
2001, he was suspended indefinitely from his label after video surfaced of him shouting the N-word.
2001, 2011.
2021, sorry.
Oh, 2021. Oh,
he
yeah,
was
I'm about to say,
suspended
that was very
indefinitely.
recent.
And then in 2020, he was arrested on public intox and disorderly conduct after being kicked out of Kid Rock's bar in Nashville.
This guy's a baller.
Not Kid Rock. You get kicked out of Kid Rock's
Kid
bar.
Rock's bar. The dude who shot at Bud Light cans.
I
That guy
do
said, "Hey
wonder-
guy, too much. You're being weird."
I do wonder if something.
Look at the things white people get mad at. They just get mad at the darnest things.
That should be a
Bud
TV show,
Light.
actually.
Shooting up
TV
the
show.
cans that he bought and paid for.
I'm gonna shoot these cans.
And I never even drank Bud Light before then, but I was like, let me try one. Was it gross? Yes. But, I wanted to try one.
Got me through my 20s.
I just want to know what Justin was drinking. I just want to know. I want to know why he was drinking under the influence. You're Justin Timberlake. You can't get a driver.
Where was that?
Did they find poppers in his system or on his body?
He doesn't have to be. He didn't have. Was he actually operating a vehicle? Because you can get DUI for just sitting in a car drunk.
Oh yeah, like if your car is if your keys in ignition or something.
If your car, they don't. If your keys are inside of the car.
Oh, okay.
Because I know someone who got DUI who was sitting in the back seat. No one was even in the driver's seat, but the keys were inside of the vehicle, so this person got DUI.
Was it Crown Point?
No, it was.
I got called the N-word at Crown
It was
Point.
Chicago.
I got called the N-word around the corner of Maryville.
Crown Point. DUI, Justin Timberlake. I'm telling you, that picture, that picture could be an album cover. He needs to capitalize on that. If I was his agent, SAG Harbor. What? Where is that at? After an officer said he saw him go through a stop sign and weave in a lane.
All right, well, he was actually driving. So
He told the police he had one martini.
How big
Dog,
was
don't
it?
tell nobody you had a martini.
If this is true,
If you don't have a beer like a grown man,
if he had one martini, what is he, like 80 pounds soaking wet? It
Yeah,
had
but
him weaving
no one said
through
how
traffic.
big the glass was. Could have been a 48-ounce glass.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
A martini? What did Jessica Biel put him through? She probably made him watch, what was that TV show where she was getting fucked?
she was sister fucking.
The center.
yeah.
She probably made him watch that show again. Hey, remember the scene? And he was like, I'm going out. He went out and he had a martini.
Remember, dude was trying to
Shaken, not stirred.
Remember, dude was trying to pump the sister chest and cracked her ribs and crunch. I said,
God.
good.
In slow motion as that song was playing. I still have that song on my playlist, by the way. That's a good song.
The song that made her crazy.
Yes, I love that song.
Is it a real song?
Yes, it's a real song. It's called Hugging and Kissing.
Oh God.
And I have that song on my phone. It is a good song. I said, it's good.
I might go watch that first episode again just for.
Sick bad.
She hit him with that.
And I was drunk when you showed that scene. So I didn't even fully. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then what happened? I went home and I watched it. That you found it.
You better stop before we get flagged by YouTube.
I was going to say, I think I got under 15 seconds.
Oh,
Jesus.
my God. All right. So listen.
Are we wrapping it up?
We're wrapping it
Real
up.
quick,
wait.
show I just started watching on the way to the vacation. We downloaded some for the airplane. We saw Tires. Well, actually, I watched it.
Very good
Have you
show.
seen it yet?
No, I haven't
Very
seen
good
it. I
show.
haven't seen it.
really
That
funny.
show, I can't wait.
Who else recommended that show? Other Joe
really
recommended
funny.
It's
that
really
show.
funny.
Netflix too, right?
Shane Gillis is.
That's what it is. Shane Gillis.
He's up next. He's the
Yeah,
next.
his career's taking off right now.
He's going to be what was it? Gaffa something?
Gaffigan?
No, not Gaffigan.
Zach Galifianakis?
Oh, who was the one that got canceled because he jerked off to people on the
Louis C.K.
He's going to be what Louis C.K. should have been.
Where did Galifianakis come from? Where do you
I was
think of Zach
thinking,
Galifianakis?
no.
Galifianakis or
No, I
Jim
was-
Gaffigan?
I was thinking Jim Gaffigan.
Okay.
He had one bit and then that was it.
Jim Gaffigan?
Yeah, he had one bit.
Nah.
His bit is he says something and I'm not a very smart guy. Well, why am I not a very smart guy?
That's his. That's his
he's
shtick.
got one. Yeah, that's all he did.
Shtick.
That's his shtick.
I think I want to be a very nice guy. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not.
I feel like
I do like Jim Gaffigan.
I feel like
It's
before
funny,
we-
but it's only funny so much. But before we what?
I feel like before we close out, we should give each other homework
Of
of
shows to watch?
of a show to watch to have to talk about for next week. What's a show?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's right.
but-
That's right.
What was the one that
Not the entire show, obviously, but at least like one or two
Well, then-
episodes.
Ren Fair.
Ren Fair. So you say Ren Fair.
Well, that's what I'll say. One of you to watch.
Well, why don't we
So
all
why
watch
don't you watch? Oh, for all of us to watch.
Yeah,
oh,
why don't
to
we all
talk
watch
about.
Ren
Yeah.
Fair?
Okay, yeah, it's only 3 episodes.
So Ren Fair. Okay,
yeah.
that's the one I recommend.
Okay.
I really no, you already saw it because you know what I wanted. I wanted to say Succession. I want to make that motherfucker start Succession. I don't know.
I mean,
I'll
have you
say
seen
it if
Perfect Match?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, that is what I have to.
Yeah, knock out the first season, and then we'll and then when you knock out the first season, we'll tackle.
Oh,
the
wait,
second
you've
season.
never seen Perfect Match?
I've only seen like the first half of the first season. I've never seen the entirety of the first season.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I started watching Perfect Match because I remember when The Mole came out. That's when you were telling me that guy is on Perfect Match.
Will?
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll tap in. I only watched the first half of that.
The thing about Perfect Match is I wouldn't say it's a show that gets better as the season goes on because every episode is still the same stakes.
You just kind of want to know how it
The
ends.
stakes are the same
Yeah.
every episode. But I still find it highly entertaining that when people start matching up and then there's like 3 guys and 2 girls, then the guys start to get, or the girls start to get really nervous and they're like, oh my, come on, someone just pick me. And they just like, that's kind of fun.
I'm gonna throw a curveball because at first I was gonna say Interview with the Vampire, but I'm like, no, that's not something that I think that you both would.
Did you write that down? Oh,
yeah, I did write it down. Even though I do think it's a great show, but I'm gonna say, have either of you seen The Leftovers?
No.
I'm familiar with the concept. It didn't sound interesting.
I'm gonna recommend the pilot. That's one of the best pilots I've ever seen. So I'm gonna recommend that you guys
Watch the pilot and then that's it.
Well, you don't. I mean, if it, it's gonna sound
I'd honestly
pause. If it grips you, then obviously watch the rest. But I say that because I just started watching that show last week, and I am in the final season now, and I'm almost.
Did it get canceled?
Sort of,
Did the
of like
strike or COVID kill it? Didn't something kill it?
No, it was like towards the end because season 3 came out at the beginning of 2019, and at the end of season 2, they weren't sure if they were going to do a season 3, but then they announced we're going to do a season 3, but we're going to make it the last season, so they were able to tell the complete story of it. I'm halfway through season 3. Season 3's okay, but season 1 and season 2 are amazing, and that pilot, that first episode is so good. It is so good that I think that's what you should watch. It's on HBO Max, which if you scroll through my text, but don't worry, I'll send it again. You should probably find the login that I gave you.
It's probably already set up.
Like this entire time I've been thinking you've been using it, and I'm like, no.
So did we all just give each other homework to watch a different show? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. So Ren Fair.
So who's watching Ren Fair?
Oh, wait a minute, because you already seen you guys have both already seen Perfect Match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was.
But we both were gonna watch Ren Fair because you haven't watched it, and
you haven't watched it,
and you haven't watched Perfect Match, so it was kind of like we watch something and you watch something.
Wait a minute, but I haven't seen Perfect Match or Ren Fair.
Oh, you haven't seen Ren Fair either?
No, I haven't seen Ren Fair.
Well, then we
either.
all watch Ren Fair.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I didn't.
Because I thought we were doing something for
thing.
everybody. Yeah, I thought we were doing something for everybody to watch.
Yeah, we'll do Ren Fair because no one's seen it.
Yeah, I've only seen the first episode, but there's 3.
Okay.
So that's something that we could easily finish before
All right,
next
bet,
week.
bet.
So then next week we can talk about the complete season of Ren Fair.
Okay.
All right.
I still think you both should watch The Leftovers.
Write it down, nigga.
Throw that on there. Just watch one episode.
And that'll be all of the entertainment episode 3. Thank you guys for rocking with us. We will sign out. I am Swill. Thank you, my co-hosts Cam and Joe, for stopping by. And same time next week. Hopefully we don't go 2 weeks without, because white people like to take vacations and shit.
Wow.
Alabama.
Alrighty, that'll be it. That'll be all.
Deuces.
Bye.